5050. Our website is ShebloLawOffice.com. Mark Sheblo can be reached 6 days a week at 773-775-5050.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410 Elgin time.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Sky Rizzi. Aurora University has launched a Bachelor of Science in Communication Sciences and Disorders to meet the growing demand for professionals in speech, language, and hearing care. The program prepares students for careers as speech-language pathologists or audiologists, offering hands-on training, clinical experience, and specialized tracks in neurodiversity or educational settings. Job prospects in these fields are strong, with expected growth rates of 15% for speech-language pathologists and 9% for audiologists through 2034, driven by an aging population and increased awareness of communication disorders. Students will gain practical skills through classroom exercises and real-world clinical placements, equipping them for advanced studies and professional practice. 19-year-old Darrell Lee Jr. appeared in Kendall County Court for the first time after being accused of fatally stabbing a delivery driver and wounding a maintenance worker at a Chick-fil-A in Oswego. During the hearing, Lee had an outburst claiming the court was killing him and was briefly removed from the room. The maintenance worker, with help from his mother, had subdued Lee despite his injuries. Lee faces multiple charges, including first-degree murder, attempted murder, armed robbery, and aggravated battery. A 37-year-old woman, Gail Gavednik, faces felony charges in Lake County after allegedly going on a drunken rampage in Wakanda and breaking into a man's home where she reportedly cooked 3 tacos with his food. Police say she was found intoxicated lying on a roadway after several incidents that evening, including harassing residents and attempting to climb on a car. The homeowner returned from work to find his home ransacked with food, trash, and clothing scattered throughout. Gavednik, who was already on pretrial release for previous felony charges in Will County, has been ordered detained as court proceedings continue. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
As a fan, you know all the important sports cliches. And when you save money by bundling your home and auto with Progressive, you can get out there and give it 110%, even though that's mathematically impossible. And remember, failure is not an option. Well, it's always an option, just not a good one. But you're not worried because you've got ice in your veins. You're on fire. How can both of those things be true at the same time? Well, that's between you and your doctor. So get out there and leave it all on the field. Leave what? Who cares? Just leave it and save with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers, not available in all states or situations.
From the pages of the Elgin newspapers of 100 years ago today, these are the headlines brought to you by the Elgin History Museum.
I am Tricia Grosser, and this is Elgin 100 years ago, October 24th. Many options for entertainment are advertised in the daily news of that day. At the top of the headlines are, playing at the Rialto Theater is Constance Talmadge, who is booked for a 4-day run in Her Sister from Paris, the new and charming domestic comedy drama just produced for the First National by Joseph M. Schrank. The story puts the movie's most engaging star in a new role. It shows her as a loving wife of an undemonstrative husband who is also afflicted with fits of temperament. She undertakes to tame him and to educate him into manifesting his unquestionable love for her. To do so, she impersonates her gay and somewhat wayward twin sister from Paris. Ronald Colman has the principal male role, and supporting players include such prominent names as George K. Arthur and Margaret Mann. Playing at the Croc.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. This afternoon, mostly sunny with a high near 54, with temperatures falling to around 52. Tonight, a slight chance of rain showers after 7 p.m., partly cloudy with a low around 34. Tomorrow, a chance of rain showers, partly sunny with a high near 49. Currently, it is 51 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Rain-X wipers are the #1 wiper blades in America. That means all kinds of drivers choose Rain-X. Big drivers in small cars choose Rain-X. Small drivers in big cars choose Rain-X. Drivers with long hair and short commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with short hair and long commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with pets on board, babies on board, and board babies on board choose Rain-X. Basically, drivers who love a clear view of the road all choose Rain-X wipers, the #1 wiper blades in America.
Hi, this is Sue with Newman's Corner Pub in Hampshire, Illinois. Are you looking for the perfect hangout spot? Swing by Newman's Corner Pub right at the corner of 72 and State Street in Hampshire. Enjoy fantastic drinks, live music, and a fun crowd that makes every visit special. Test your luck with our hot slots and our Queen of Hearts drawing every Saturday at 3 p.m. Challenge your friends to darts or pool while you're here. Newman's Corner Pub, where every day feels like a weekend. Visit us at Route 72 and State Street in Hampshire. That's Newman's Corner Pub, your new favorite spot.
In the middle of the night, everything will be all right if you listen to Coast right here on WRMN, 7 days a week from midnight to 5 a.m. Each night on Coast to Coast, listeners are captivated by George Noory with discussions on news and current events, conspiracy theories, UFOs, life after death, and all things curious and unexplained. Coast to Coast, every night, midnight to 5 a.m. right here on WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
Dino's Night Out on WRMN. It's the talk of the town, so come on and listen now. It's Dino's Night Out on WRMN 1410. On WRMN, it's the talk of the town, so come on and listen now. It's Dino's Night Out on WRMN 1410.
Hey, and how's everybody doing for another episode of Dino's Night Out? Got a great guest today that's going to be coming on in a few short seconds. I'm going to tell you who he is. He's a American Idol star, as a matter of fact. And his name is Isaiah Grass. But before we get to Isaiah, we'll do a proper introduction. Our show today and every single day and every time Dino's Night Out is brought to you by the Arcada Theater, which is oshows.com. Ron Onesti, our very dear friend, supports this show each and every time that we go on. So here's what's going on in the Arcada this weekend. October the 31st, and that's today, Friday. Happy Halloween, everybody. It's the 50th anniversary tour, the Music Box, the only group in the world granted a license from Peter Gabriel and Genesis, will take a little trip back to the imaginative world of early Genesis as they recreate the legendary concerts from 1973 to 1974. It's a great show. It's going to be at the Arcada, 8 o'clock tonight, right there on Main Street, 105 East Main Street. And then tomorrow, over at the Arcada, we have, formed in 1968 by John Anderson and the late and much missed Chris Squire, have been one of the most innovative, influential, and best-loved bands in rock music history. Their 1970s albums, the Yes album, Fragile, or if you're Italian, Fragili, Close to the Edge, Yes songs, Tales from Topographic Oceans, Relayer, and Going for the One. They were groundbreaking in musical style and content. So that's what's going on at the Arcada Theater. And now, as I had promised you, we're going to move right along. We're going to go to introduce our guest. And our guest today, he's still a little tied up here. He's in chains. This is Isaiah Grass, everybody. Say hello.
Hi, guys. How are you doing today? It is such a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for having me here today.
I was actually shocked and great. The last time we met was the Nightmare on State Street.
Yes.
And you look considerably different with all that makeup on. I was like, who is this guy? And then I got the information about you. I was like, wow, this guy is really something.
Thank you.
And I mean it.
Thank you.
And those of you that don't know, like I said, Isaiah, I'm going to get to my screen over here, get you a couple pictures. There's some serious pictures on here, some like casual pictures. And there's when you appeared on American Idol. I think that was got to be some kind of an experience, huh?
It was definitely an interesting experience for me. You know, I'm very grateful for all the exposure that it has brought to me after just being on that show just for even a short amount of time. I have had the opportunity to work with so many amazing people, from jumping out of an airplane with the U.S. Army and the Golden Knights
No kidding.
to singing the national anthem for the Chicago White Sox.
Oh, how neat is that?
It was very cool to being able to perform at all these different events throughout this time, and also being able to network with so many people like you and just overall having the opportunity to be able to share my voice with people afterwards, because as you know, in reality television, you don't always get to showcase who you are. They showcase what they want you to be to the public.
Television always shows what they feel is going to sell,
Yes.
what they want to do. And that's why I showed the pictures that I did, again, for those of you watching on the YouTube. And if you want to make a phone call in, you'd like to talk to Isaiah, please do so. 847-931-1410. That's the call-in line, 847-931-1410. But if you're on YouTube and you still have a chance to go there, it's youtube.com/@WRMN radio. But the reason I bring this up is, you've got so many different poses. And, well, because that's the kind of person you are. You've got, you're not just one guy. You're not a
No.
cookie cutter type person.
No.
And the energy that you had when we saw you in the studio on the Nightmare, the Nightmare, right?
Nightmare.
Yeah, thank you. I always mess it up, man. That knows. But it was like, wow, this guy's really got things together.
Thank you.
And then you were with, who were the judges when you were on the Idol?
Katy Perry, Lionel
wow.
Richie, and Luke Bryan. And what is so crazy that I still think about this to this day is that they chose to stand up and sing along with me during my audition of Take On Me with AHA. And
Oh, I love that song.
yeah, these are people that have sold millions of records around the world, and for them to even take one moment of their time to stand up and sing along with me.
How cool is that?
I'll never forget it, and clearly no one has ever forgotten about it either, so I'm very grateful for that as well.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I got to be honest with you. I didn't see the clip. I got a little bit rushed because
that's
traffic
totally
on the way
okay.
coming here as well. But nonetheless, it was like, wow. I says, this guy's really got things going on. Just your energy, your friendliness.
Thank you.
And I know you're spread all over the place on different platforms,
I am.
which is really kind of cool, isn't it?
Yes, I got the opportunity earlier this year to partner with syndicated radio stations, and also I now am a cable TV host on Channel 19 Can TV. My show is called The Isaiah Grass Show, and I interview different people. I do live coverage, so I go to events. I just did my first red carpet event. That was amazing.
Isn't that cool?
It is so cool. I got flown out to Nashville to go host the 2025 Infinity Music and Film Awards at the MC1 Records. They hosted the event. I was very grateful for that. And then I got offered to be able to interview so many different people. I mean, I just interviewed Sean McNamara, who just created the new movie Soul on Fire in movie theaters. I interviewed Christine W., who has 17 #1 hits on the Billboard Dance Chart. I interviewed Marie Anderson, who discovered Cindy Crawford. I mean, just so many things have happened for me, and I'm so grateful. The last time I spoke to you guys, I talked about gratitude because so many people get a really big head in this career. And for me, I don't allow myself to do that because it's so easy to be forgotten just like that. But also, you have to remember the people that help you along the way, because
You can't
this industry
forget those
will eat
people.
you up.
Absolutely. And just listening to you talk, again, you're on many, many pretty cool platforms.
Thank
I mean, you
you.
should be very proud of the
Thank you.
achievements you have.
Thank you.
And I'm listening to you and I'm watching you and I'm looking at you and you're mentioning all these names and you're like lighting up. You're excited, but in your own right, you're a star as well.
Oh,
I mean, believe me, you're shining bright.
Thank you.
And to be able to recognize somebody else that, is either in the industry with you, whether it's the parallel of the same genre of music or something completely different. I think that that's neat that you're excited because now you're doing interviews.
Thank you.
And what's better than that? Meeting other people in the industry.
And you also get to see the transparency of their life.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of times when we look at people who are really, really successful,
Right.
everything in their life is so perfect.
Yeah.
But it's not.
Yeah, but is it?
No. And
There's not one of us that have a perfect
No.
life.
And so for me to be able to have the experience of being on Idol and then all the different TV stations I've also been on as well, to now be able to have that moment to interview people who all of us would say, oh my gosh, I saw you in this movie. I listened to your album when I was 5 years old, or
Right.
I saw this person in a magazine. For me to be able to identify with that person just for like a quick 30-minute interview just to get to know who they are, it has been such a treat for me. And I have so many other people that I'm going to be interviewing. My next interview I'm actually doing is with a paranormal professor. He was on the TV show The Unexplained with William Shatner on the History Channel.
Oh, cool.
And that again is like, I can't even imagine like how all these things have happened, and I'm so grateful.
Well, maybe
for
he
it.
could release you from the chains you're under here. Yeah, we had a couple of paranormal people on here, and that's not my cup of tea. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You give me a nice, good, violent homicide and a little bit of gory stuff, horror stuff like that. I can handle that.
Yeah.
But you start talking ghosts and you start talking that paranormal, that gives me the creeps. I have a hard time with that.
For me, when
I'm learning it.
I get it. I'm
Yeah.
with you 100%. So with this guy, he has created so many different type of conferences for UFOs and Bigfoot and, even the paranormal world. And it may not be our cup of tea, but I promise you there are listeners out there who love that stuff.
There's so many that in this
Yeah.
time of the year especially.
Yeah.
And we had that one guy that did the mind twist. Do you remember his name, Matt?
Oh, goodness. What was his name?
Great guy. And I tell you what, he broke it down. And once he started breaking it down, the paranormal stuff, and we had the other gentleman that joined us on the YouTube, it made a whole lot more sense to me. I get it.
Right.
A lot of these mediums or whatever they want to call themselves, they're not really searching to do the, we're going to go do a seance.
Right.
It's they have a gift where people reach them, and so I guess you have to recognize that. We're all different, and to have that ability, my God, right? You're reaching, we reach the people that are alive anyhow.
Yes.
Look at all the ones, you're all over the place. I saw the your one record cover. I mean, you're in USA, you're in Spain, you're in Mexico, Argentina, Japan, Australia, Italy, Peru, India, Hong Kong, Indonesia, Bangladesh, Colombia, Panama, Peru, Chile, Germany, Venezuela. Where aren't you?
Well, I'm here today, and that's all that matters.
God bless. Yeah. Well, I tell you, thank God you weren't in Jamaica during this last
No.
what do you call it, hurricane that came through.
There are so
Those
many
poor
things.
people.
So, we always focus on like the things that happen in our lives, but
Yeah.
like think about the people that are in this exact moment, like this exact time, and what they're dealing with in their life, or like what is happening in their life right now that maybe we don't even know what that experience
clue.
is.
Right.
And so it shows us gratitude of our very moment that while we're alive, because you talked about like, well, we're still alive, we can promote this.
Sure.
But think about the people in another country who don't have any food.
Well, the
Think
key
about-
word, empathy. You have to have
Exactly.
empathy for others around. And that's why I said, listening to you and the excitement, don't lose that excitement.
Thank you.
Especially when you start doing all your interviews. Doing these interviews for me is new as well. Matt's been doing this for some time. Dennis, Tammy, everybody else that's been here. Our morning show host, Elliot Serrano and Sue Castle. They've been doing this stuff, and they're pretty good at it. Sue's relatively new. But you see, all I try to do is, this is just us talking.
Yeah.
I don't have, I got notes about you. I got all kinds of stuff I could read and brag like heck about you, because I tell you what,
very
you got well, and I mean it sincerely. You've got so many accomplishments
Thank you
at a young age.
Thank you.
I mean, God bless you for being able to accomplish as much as you have,
Thank you.
so far. And I think your humility is going to keep you in the arena, in my opinion. I just think that that's what keeps people around. Don't forget where you come from. Remember all the people that help. The guy that's holding the microphone on these big shows you're on.
Yeah.
The help people, because you know you got to have makeup on certain sets.
Yeah.
The one that's taking care of your makeup. Everybody makes up that puzzle.
Right.
You know, yeah, you're the talent and you're the guy that's got the voice and the act and all like that. But without all that stuff around, without the guy on the soundboard, they can
Right.
make you sound pretty terrible.
Right.
You know?
And been going back to gratitude.
Yes, there you hit the nail on the head there.
It's a team effort. You being here, the people who have the lights on here, the sound people, everybody involved. It's a team effort, and we can't just all do it all ourselves. We have to be able to show gratitude for each person showing up here.
And again, we've got a host of accomplishments to date. Like if you were to, what you're like, other than being able to sing with, Lionel Richie, my all-time favorite. That's my era. I'm a lot older than you. But, other than that, your idol moment at that particular time, what you're like, wow, did I just get done doing that? Or did I just have that interview? What is your stick out item? I guess I want to ask you to date. And I know you got a career that's so much more in front of you, but you've accomplished so much now. That's why I'm asking you. Normally I wouldn't ask somebody, I don't want to say as young as you are, but new to the business. And even though the credentials are here, what really have you done that said, man, this is really something. I like this. This is why I'm doing this.
I have two or
I'll take them all.
Getting invited by the U.S. Army to jump and skydive 1,200 feet up in the air with the Golden Knights. I mean, man, I never thought in a million years I was going to jump out of an airplane. The second thing I would say is to be invited to host a show of my own on radio. I mean, I'm
And
on
TV.
Yeah.
Channel 19, Cam TV.
Yes.
In Chicago.
I'm syndicated with so many different stations. I'm on iHeart, Odyssey, TuneIn,
Apple, Roku.
Yeah, podcast. I also just created my own
iHeart.
media company. It's called
Nice.
IGMP TV Network, introducing great media to people, because there are so many people out there, whether they're musicians, whether they're filmmakers, or anything in general. We all want our chance to be seen, heard, and found. And so by creating this outlet, I'm trying to help everyone out there. And with the experience that I've had throughout my career, I mean, you talk about all my accomplishments, but I just want people to know not everything has been great for me.
Oh.
After I was on Idol, I actually had my identity stolen, and I was going to actually stop my career completely. My social media got hacked, my bank got hacked. People were buying stuff on my behalf. People were pretending to be me, like you name it. It was a devastating thing for me, because you mentioned all those countries. All those people saw me on television, or all those people have learned about me over time. I'm so grateful for all the different people that follow me on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok or any of this stuff. But this is just a warning, though. If you can't mentally be able to handle what comes with the limelight, being on camera, being on the radio, or any of this stuff, then you got to really do a step back in yourself and do some soul searching, because you have to understand not everything in the entertainment industry is light. And that's what I represent here right now, is the darkness and also the fear that chains us down to being not allowing us to do anything. And so these chains are supposed to symbolize of what's constantly stopping us. But if we pull through, we can break through everything.
There you go.
And then we can become our better self. And that has been something for me that has been such a powerful thing for me as an artist, as an entrepreneur, as a new media personality, is that I've lived these moments of darkness. I've lived these moments of insecurity. I've lived these moments of not knowing where my next goal was going to go. But I stayed determined, and I showed myself that if I didn't give up, that I could be a role model to people out there, to not let their chains to keep them locked down.
Right.
Because so many times people are scared of that. We are all scared of what our brain is telling us, but we have to follow our heart. We have to tell ourselves hey, you know what? That thing that I wanted to do, I'm going to go and try it, because honestly, Dennis, like if I didn't give myself the chance, I would not have jumped out of an airplane.
Right.
If I didn't give myself the chance, I probably wouldn't have even gone on American Idol. I wouldn't have done any of this stuff because I graduated from a performing arts high school. I worked with modeling agencies and stuff like that, but it didn't train me to be fearless. I had to become fearless myself through the experiences of my life.
Mhm.
And that's why these chains are so important, because it talks about how just constantly keeping us down. And also in my song I wrote called Comin' For Ya. If people haven't heard it yet, I encourage people to go listen to it. It's called Comin' For Ya. And I actually worked with Sonic Palace Studios on the song in Chicago. We made a rock version. And I also have a new AI music video. Yes, I'm going into the AI world now.
That's okay.
And we're trying to do it in like the next, month and a half or so, or maybe even like the very beginning of January. But we're gonna make an AI music video of it. And I partnered with Club Jumpers. Club Jumpers are an 80-time Billboard charting duo. They've sold over 30 million records. They have worked with Britney Spears, Madonna, Ricky Martin. They've worked with Menudo. They have worked with Mariah Carey. I mean, they've worked with everybody.
Sure.
And for them to give me the opportunity to work with them.
Well, they see something in you.
And
I mean, a lot of people do. I mean, I certainly do. I mean, Matt, what you say?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And now you had a woman with you.
Yes, that's my manager.
Okay.
Carrie.
And what's her name?
Carrie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what?
She has been my rock through some of the hardest times of my life, because I've had other management, but she by far has been the most instrumental thing in my career as a friend, as a manager, as a mentor, and being there to really keep me grounded. Because that's what I was talking about. Like, when I get this opportunity to talk to somebody who's really famous, you always think they're gonna be super arrogant, but sometimes it only takes one question to give them humility really fast.
Puts them right where they need to be.
Yes, and that's what Carrie has really taught me. You are no better than anybody else. And that's what I feel allows me to talk to anybody is that, we all still put on our shoes just the same. We all still bleed if we get cut, and
Absolutely.
we all cry when we have sorrow in our life. And it goes
Yeah,
back.
not every day's the happy day. Not every day you're
Right.
dropping a new song. Not every day
Right.
is the good. Some days there's, like you said, you had an identity situation go
Yeah.
on. I mean, people out there are always going to be doing negative things. To rise above negativity and diversity is very, very important. An individual with your charisma, I'll for sure say, but with your style, with your demeanor, with your desire to want to achieve, and bringing everybody along with you. There's a story, and it's a real fast one. It was about the Special Olympics. And so, the kids are running, and, they got their physical handicaps, and they're doing their like 50-yard dash. And this story's been told a million times. So, they're doing their 50-yard dash. So they're all going, and, all the parents, come on, you're going to win, you're going to win. They're rooting their child on, right? So all of a sudden, one of their friends falls to the ground. And they're like, don't worry about it. We're going to go get her. She'll be fine. Come on, cross the finish line, cross the finish line. So what they all did was, all the kids stopped. They picked her up themselves, and they all locked arms, and they went across the finish line together. So we have to remember those things. We're all the same, okay, to a degree.
Yeah.
We're all the same, and things like that are very important to remember where we come from, who we are, and what makes us the person that we are. They showed their identity, okay? Now, the parents were like, yeah, don't worry, we'll pick her up. But that's not what needed to be done. The parents should have had sense enough to say, hey, everybody go and get them. But those kids that had different challenges, whether physical or mental, they were able to realize that the right thing to do is go for my friend, because they've always been together.
Right.
But that's what it is. And you seem to be speaking of the same way. And I like that in you. Hey, you hear that music? Well, you don't have that. Okay. Well, that's the music that says we are at the bottom of the hour.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to take a short break. You don't mind sticking around for just a little while, do you? I mean, I'm enjoying the heck out of our conversation.
Thank you.
Matt won't let us get a word in edgewise. What's going on over there, Matt?
I know, yes. We'll definitely in the next segment here, for sure.
He's been talking all day. He's been on here all day long. I asked Matt to come along because whenever I have these, individuals like yourself, I like to have a little backup. That's what it is. But hey, everybody, this is an awesome interview we have going on. Isaiah Grass. That's who's in the studio. That's the gentleman right here next to us. So we'll be back, WRMN 1410, right here, live in Studio 14. We'll catch you in just a few short moments.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Rain X. A 37-year-old woman, Gail Gavednik, faces felony charges in Lake County after allegedly going on a drunken rampage in Wakanda and breaking into a man's home where she reportedly cooked 3 tacos with his food. Police say she was found intoxicated lying on a roadway after several incidents that evening, including harassing residents and attempting to climb on a car. The homeowner returned from work to find his home ransacked with food, trash, and clothing scattered throughout. Gavednik, who was already on pretrial release for previous felony charges in Will County, has been ordered detained as court proceedings continue. Aurora University has launched a Bachelor of Science in Communication Sciences and Disorders to meet the growing demand for professionals in speech, language, and hearing care. The program prepares students for careers as speech-language pathologists or audiologists, offering hands-on training, clinical experience, and specialized tracks in neurodiversity or educational settings. Job prospects in these fields are strong, with expected growth rates of 15% for speech-language pathologists and 9% for audiologists through 2034, driven by an aging population and increased awareness of communication disorders. Students will gain practical skills through classroom exercises and real-world clinical placements, equipping them for advanced studies and professional practice. 19-year-old Darrell Lee Jr. appeared in Kendall County Court for the first time after being accused of fatally stabbing a delivery driver and wounding a maintenance worker at a Chick-fil-A in Oswego. During the hearing, Lee had an outburst claiming the court was killing him and was briefly removed from the room. The maintenance worker, with help from his mother, had subdued Lee despite his injuries. Lee faces multiple charges, including first-degree murder, attempted murder, armed robbery, and aggravated battery. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Progressive's Auto Quote Explorer lets you easily compare direct rates from different insurance companies, so you can be confident you're getting the right one, even if it's not with Progressive. Way more confident than you were when you tried online gaming. Who knew 12-year-old boys could be so mean? And where did they learn to swear like that? 2 hours of losing to these underage trash talkers, and you're starting to question if maybe you really should stick to pickleball and other boomer stuff. So use Progressive's Auto Quote Explorer and be confident you're getting insurance that's right for you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
At Britain's Touchless Car Wash, they know life gets busy. That's why they're here 24/7 to keep your car looking spotless, fast, and easy. Their advanced brush-free wash technology delivers a sparkling clean without a single scratch, because they treat your car like it's their own. Here's the best part. Right now, you can get a free car wash just for joining their text club. It's simple. Just text BRITT to 30400, and your first wash is on them. Britain's Touchless Car Wash has 2 convenient locations, 1923 Larkin Avenue in Elgin and 555 Willow in West Dundee. They're proud to keep your car clean while giving back to our community. Text BRITT to 30400. That's BRITT to 30400 now for your free car wash, and see why Britain's Touchless Car Wash is the fast, gentle, and reliable choice.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. This afternoon, mostly sunny with a high near 54, temperatures falling to around 52. Tonight, a slight chance of rain showers after 7 p.m., partly cloudy with a low around 34. Tomorrow, a chance of rain showers, partly sunny with a high near 48. Currently, it is 52 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
How do you stay humble when you're America's #1 wiper blade? That's what we're currently dealing with at Rain-X. Is it even possible to humble brag when you bully Mother Nature like we do? Do we sound too conceited if we keep repeating how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America? No. We'll take a lesson from our wipers and just keep doing our job with humility. As America's #1 wiper blade. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
Dino's Night Out on WRMN. It's the talk of the town, so come on and listen now. It's Dino's Night Out on WRMN 1410. Dino's Night Out on WRMN. It's the talk of the town, so come on and listen now.
Hey, how you doing? We are back.
It's Dino's
Another
Night Out.
segment of Dino's Night Out right here, Studio 14, WRMN 1410. And we have had Isaiah Grass in the studio with us, and I'm not really sure if this is who we have in the studio now, because we have another person over here, and I don't know what's going on. Is that you in there, Isaiah? What's going on here?
It is me.
Okay.
So the reason why I was wearing this mask is because a lot of times people wear a mask every time of the day.
Mhm.
And it is our choice of how we want people to see us. Do we want us to show people that we are genuine, or do we want people to see us in a costume just to make them focus on what we do? Because a lot of times, we're all humans. We all get upset. We all get emotional. We all want the best for ourselves, but we don't always think of other people's emotions. And it's really easy to just put on a mask and just, because look how colorful it is.
Oh,
and,
yeah, it's pretty to look at, and that's what it is.
Talks about with the idea of it being avant-garde, but also at the same time of showcasing something that makes you stand out. So it's the same thing to me when I think about us as people, where we have the choice every single day to be able to decide how we want people to focus on us.
How you want to be viewed.
Yeah, exactly. If we want people to see us from a perspective of us being kind, or do we also show it to people as genuinely feeling we only want them to see us for what benefits them? And that's what I've come to realize being in the entertainment business is there are so many people out there that wear a mask all day long. And there are so many people out there that fool you with that mask on all the time. And for me, I would like to believe I'm trying to make it where we can take our mask off and still work with people, and we can take our mask off and we can still show people our true self.
Yeah.
Because
that's what makeup is all about. Makeup
Yes.
is for the presentation. You've already identified humility that you clearly possess greatly.
Thank you.
And the fact that, you want to break out of the chains that hold you back. And it's no different than the old expression, morals aren't taught, they're caught.
Yes.
So you could hide behind this mask of being this pristine, lily white person, but really you're just a rotten, no good bum.
Right.
Because nobody even knows it because you've not allowed yourself to be out there.
Yes.
And if you don't put yourself out there, how is someone going to relate to you? You have to say, here I am. I'm with you. This is who I am.
Right.
And I think that's, and that's what you're saying.
Yes.
If I'm hearing
No,
you.
no, absolutely.
Okay.
I've in this industry, you guys talk about all my accolades, which I'm very grateful for. But what I truly want to highlight to people who are wanting to be in this business is be prepared to find a lot of people who are going to wear a mask. They're going to tell you everything you want to hear.
All
They're
day
going to
long.
make you feel like you are the biggest star ever. But what are they going to want from you in return? Are they going to want your happiness? Are they going to want your money? Are they going to want to make you feel as if like you only matter if it's because of them? And that's the thing that I've had to personally come through and find my identity as an artist. And that's why with my company, IGMPTV.com, you know, we help artists, we help filmmakers, we help podcasters, we help everybody out there to showcase their story of who they are. Because a lot of times there are so many people out there that see people for this small little spot of talent. And I want to be able to show people that there's so much more to them. But it's so easy to get caught by the pretty mask and the people who want you to believe everything. And so I hope that I can highlight that to people and show them that there are still good people out there that you can
There's
trust.
a lot of good people, yeah.
But a lot of times we don't get that chance because...
And are we giving people the chance to see us?
Yes.
And to your point again with the mask, are we really letting everybody know, hey, you know what? This is who I really am.
Right.
You know, you may think I'm a certain thing, and yes, I've got credentials for this or for that, but this is like, for instance, what do you like to do when you're not performing? What's your favorite pastime or passion of yours? What do you like to do?
I like to eat.
Do you? Yeah. You never
Same
know by
here.
looking at you. Yeah.
I actually was just at a Chinese buffet yesterday. I ate 8 plates of food. I do
That's
like
great.
to eat.
So that's your thing, huh?
No,
I
no.
noticed some
That's
pictures.
just joking.
You were holding, you have a little dog?
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
I see
His
that?
name is Izzy. Yeah.
Izzy or Izzy?
Izzy. Letter I, letter Z. Yeah.
Oh, I got you. Izzy. Nice.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah,
cool.
you know, the reason it came like that is it was not meant to happen that way. But when I was a little kid, when I was a baby, I think my mom or someone in my family called me Izzy. And so when I had my dog, I was going down a list of names, and the only
Just
one
kinda
he would
come to you.
identify with was Izzy. So he perked his head up. I'm like, all right, Izzy. And then that's how
That's what we're going with.
That's where we're going with it. Yeah.
So, I mean, other than food, I mean, what's your...
That was totally joking.
I know you were, but what do you get into?
I
You just
go to
like,
the-
do
I
you
go
like
to-
the quiet walks? Do you...
Yes, I do, because I do go to the gym. You know, I lift, do the elliptical, treadmill, all that stuff. But I also like to go walking because when I go walking, I'm usually on the phone with people. I try to get my 7,000 to 10,000 steps a day. Did you know that if you do 7,000 steps a day, that can actually help you to keep like your body a lot more like healthy?
The core. It
Yeah,
strengthens
yeah.
the core.
Not only that, but like it's really good for like your mental health just to be able to go for a walk. A lot of times, and I'm guilty of this, I'll sit in the house or I'll do something for a long period of time. But when you go outside and you let Mother Nature around you, like it seriously will make you feel better. Like you could have a really bad day, but you go outside for 15 minutes, you just feel the breeze or maybe the rain or maybe the hot heat, and you forgot everything that was bothering you at that moment.
And sometimes you got to leave that phone behind.
Yes.
And have just that time for you. And you're also, you're a songwriter. So
I am,
you're
yes.
you're making the lyrics and you're
Yes.
putting it to know. So you know how to read music and all of that as well?
Yes. So
it's not just you're a songwriter, but you can come up with it. And
you know, I graduated from a performing arts high school.
Okay.
And I did work with a lot of different people. I actually had a music teacher who was from Juilliard.
Okay.
He unfortunately passed away, but he has really helped me tremendously on a lot of stuff. I dabbled into playing instruments. I just don't like doing it.
Yeah.
I feel like for me, my persona is liking to be in the moment instead of being distracted from remembering my chords or something and something of that nature. And
yeah,
so,
you're more expressive doing
yes,
what you're doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you talked about songwriting. I have wrote all of my songs
Nice.
in my entire career. And I've wrote songs for toxic relationships. I've wrote songs for people who are going through suicide. I'll kind of give an idea. But my song, This Is Not a Love Song, I wrote that about being in toxic relationships. We've all been through them.
Oh,
Whether
God.
we want to talk about them, it's
Yeah.
a different story.
We're all there.
Then I wrote a song called Christmas with You. I donate the proceeds to children's hospitals and Salvation Army. Then I wrote my song called Wherever You Are. And my song Wherever You Are is about going through hardships in life. And we actually released it right after American Idol. And like it was so like at a perfect timing. And then I wrote a song called I Need You. And I collaborate with the National Alliance of Mental Illness. And I'm considered one of their brand ambassadors on their website. You can go find me on their celebrity site. I don't call
Nice.
myself that. And so it's given me an opportunity to be able to write songs that have allowed me to find a reason behind them. When I first started, I released an album called Expect the Unexpected. And it's kind of like with the chains and everything. Like, you don't ever know what these phrases mean, but then you're always like, hi, I'm Isaiah Grass, expect the unexpected. What? What does that mean?
Yeah, sure.
You don't know, but like I got you thinking about it.
Yeah.
So when I first started music, I was dabbling in a lot of different things about just like making music. But I don't think I really had structure behind why I was writing them. So over time, when I started creating more songs, they meant something more to me. So like I wrote a song called A Girl Like You, and A Girl Like You is about think of you liking a person, but you know that they are with someone, but you know that you're the right person
You're
for
the
them.
better fit.
Yeah.
Right.
But you don't
And
want
you're
to
looking for
Yeah.
what that person is.
Right. And
Yeah.
you don't want to interfere in the relationship, but you
Right.
kind of want them to come to their common sense and saying like, hey, you know what? I should be with you instead.
Yeah.
Well, then I wrote a song where it's called Coming For You. And Coming For You, the one that we talk about with the chains, it's about not being afraid of just trying. And when you get knocked down, fear will chase you everywhere.
Yeah.
The pre-chorus is, don't try to tell me who I'm going to be. Look in the mirror, face the demons you see. I'm stronger, I'm wiser. You cannot stop me. Because we don't ever give ourselves that moment in our life to say, man, I really should have went and go do that. Because woulda, coulda, shoulda is not the present moment. It's the past moment. And I have had to live that day and night, everything that I've done in my life. You know, you talk about like, what is that thing about me that has been the most special? I feel honestly now being able to have the platform to be able to just share my voice. And if it can touch somebody out there, I did the right thing. When I was a little kid, I wanted to make music that inspired people. I didn't know what genre that was going to be. But I know for me, when I create songs, even like I'm making a new album right now, won't get into any details yet. But the thing is like all these songs that I'm doing, they have to have a reason behind them.
Right.
When I first started, I don't think I really did that. I think I was just making songs. I was like, well, I think people want to hear a pop song, so I'm going to write a pop song. But now they feel like to the core to me. There's a song right now that I'm working on right now that it's about having gratitude to a person in your life that you love, that they've been there with you through every hardship in your life. And it's not lustful. It's not anything that's like romantic, but it's just like really being grateful to have that person in your life.
Yeah.
And
recognizing that that person is there. You know, you mentioned Carrie, your manager.
Yes.
And you mentioned from Juilliard, your professor who passed away.
Yes.
See, each one of those people have contributed to who you are and made you the person you are.
Yes.
Like you say in the beginning, you're just making these songs, which is great. You know, it's like, hey, this is what I'm doing. But then once you start seeing that, wow, I'm reaching certain people on different levels, and you also, it appears, just by the variety of the songs you're discussing and talking about, you have the ability to change gears and move into something else. And not that the other item isn't less or more important. It's just that you're feeling it. You're in the moment, and you're breathing the air, and the air at the moment is driving you this way. And wherever it takes you, you follow your gut, which is good.
Thank you.
Having that intuitive feeling, especially in this industry, is something that I would think you wouldn't want to lose.
Right.
You know, intuition, I'll tell you what, that's like street smarts. I'll take that over any education. You can keep your 4-year degrees and whatever you want to be, masters and everything. You have that knowledge of people and understanding and empathy, the key word, to understand what someone's going through.
Right.
And then you relate your life, and a talented guy like you that's able to convey it into now a song to where you're able to reach all these people, not just, you know, come, I want to help this. You're helping a lot of people.
Yeah.
And if you help one person, you know, you're the, when you were saying with the suicide dilemma that's going on in mental health right now is a very, very serious issue.
Yes.
So if you reach one person, you've done your job. You know what I mean? Because that person didn't get away from us, and they're still with us. And they realize with your tenacity and with your excitement and just with you, this is life, man. Let's hit it. Let's go. Let's go to the next one.
Yeah.
What's after this?
Right.
And I want to try this now. So I would say don't ever give that up.
Thank you so much.
I mean, that's really something you possess, at least that I'm seeing, Matt.
Yeah, and you know what? You know where you came from too.
Oh, absolutely.
You all, like you said. I mean, you give recognition to the people who help to inspire you, and you make it known, and you thank them. And I think that that's something that is so important that I know a lot of times in the industry you don't usually see. So I think that really stands out, and I think you can really make a big impact by showing that to other people.
Thank you.
And
What
you
what
have. I mean,
Thank
honestly,
you.
you just have. Just the conversations that we have.
Thank you.
You know, I
What-
met you at the Nightmare, but again, that was fun and laughs and gags and all that kind of stuff. But getting to know the real person, to realize that,
Yeah.
wow, this is a person that's like, I like this.
Thank you. What I didn't tell you guys is that I got bullied so much when I was younger, and I think so many times people get bullied, but one of the biggest accomplishments for me has been able to get over the the bullying,
Yeah.
the things that people said I would never do this or I wouldn't go here or there. And if I can put myself in the position of maybe there's someone in school right now that has gone through what I had to go through, maybe there's someone at a job that has gone through that, maybe someone in a relationship has gone through that, and maybe they can accidentally come across Isaiah Grass and find out whatever music I do or anything like that, they won't feel alone in this world. And that's why my song Wherever You Are is so powerful and so many people like it. I've had people tell me that they played at people's graves.
Yeah.
I've had people tell me that the song has helped them when they were feeling like no one understood anything about what was going on in their life. You know, my song I Need You, it is about trying to stop people from taking their life away from them, but also not being scared to ask for help when you're depressed. I get depressed, you get depressed,
who
you get
doesn't?
depressed.
Sure.
But in this industry, we pretend and we put this mask on. And that's what I'm trying to stop is in this industry is just to show people like it's okay to cry if you lost someone in your family. It's okay to cry if you lost your job.
It's okay to not be okay.
Yes, just like Jelly Roll's song.
Yep.
And I think that's what so many people pay attention to now is because when you see social media and you see the reality television and you see the magazines and the billboards and all these things, we only see the mask. We never get
Glamour
to see,
and glitter. That's all that
Yeah.
everybody's about. Yeah.
and I don't want to be about that. I want to be able to show people like if I have the privilege to interview a person who is a massive star, I don't want to just talk about their accolades. I want to talk to them about their struggles. I want to know where did something in your life make you feel like, wow, someone gave me a chance? Because that's what people don't always talk about. This industry is very cutthroat. And
Totally.
and in this world, you got to remember the first person that gave you the chance. You got to remember the first person that said, you know what, I'm actually going to do what I say. Because I have been lied to by so many people. I have been told by so many people they would do something. And now the universe is allowing me to use my media outlets to help that person who was lied to, then I'm proud of that. And I am very grateful that you guys have given me this opportunity to talk to you guys.
Well, it's
about
our
who I
privilege because
am.
I'll tell you, in your, you're interviewing more and more different people, whether they're stars, whether they're up and comers or been around for a long time. You're sincere. Just because you are, you can't expect that from somebody else either. You know what I mean? So, like, if you're interviewing, hey, so really tell me what you're all about. Maybe they are all superficial,
Right.
and maybe they want to wear that mask
Yeah.
for whatever reason.
Right.
Maybe they've been stung so bad.
Yeah.
You talk about bullying. My daughter was on the cover of People magazine a few years back, half your size, and she was pretty heavy for a while there. And Christina, and she was bullied nonstop, and just was terrible. You know what I mean? And then she was all the way down. I'll show you pictures. I mean, was in Today's Show, the whole 9
Very
yards,
cool.
and that was her moment. That moment in the spotlight, I guess you'll call it. But she was doing talks at different high schools and trying to let people know about the bullying. Don't let them drag down your energy. Don't ever let anybody drag you down. Don't let anybody stop you from the goals that you have set for yourself. Because you let someone take away your goals and take away your self-esteem, it's over.
Right.
You can't have that. And you, because you've experienced it, and now you've made songs even subliminally, maybe you set out to make them that way, but you've made a song that addresses that. Look how many people you're able to reach
Yeah.
because you've got the experience in it. and you know what it is.
When someone goes through an experience, they can have empathy for an experience. When someone has not had the experience, they don't care about the experience. And I feel like a lot of times until you're in someone's shoes and you know what it's like to be bullied, or you know what it's like to lose something, or you know what it's like to be taken advantage of, then you can understand it.
Yeah.
Which brings me to when I did get hacked, I wrote this song called More Than Friends, because you talk about all these countries and all these people that, found me. I was overwhelmed with the amount of people that had contacted me. I mean, I had over 1,500 friend requests on Facebook, and like I was getting like just constantly. And I think the endorphins was like, oh wow, cool.
Everybody loves me.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not going to hurt me.
Yeah. And so I didn't realize that. Yeah. But realistically, what happened was I would get friend requests from people from other countries who were hackers. And I didn't know that. How would anyone know that? Like you could send me a friend request on Facebook and I wouldn't know that. And so I had to become a lot more guarded in my heart and be able to say, even though I want to be in the limelight, I also have to give myself restrictions of how far I want to put myself out there. So when I wrote my song, More Than Friends, it's about the predators, the hackers, and the people that want to be more than friends. Because everybody wants to be liked. Everybody wants views. Everybody wants that stuff. But you don't know what are people's motives.
That's the hard part. How do you identify it? But just because you've been wronged, whatever, mistreated or whatever by one, doesn't mean that the rest are going to do the same.
Oh, I've met so many wonderful people throughout my career, through even Facebook friend requests and, random emails and phone calls. And you can't base everything. It's kind of like dating. You can't base just one bad experience and say, oh, because
it's a red flag.
Yeah. Not every single person's a red flag.
Makes you stronger.
Exactly.
You go through the experience. Again, now you have the empathy for somebody else.
Yes.
Because you got a little bit more knowledge and you're like, oof, God, I don't want to do that again.
Yes.
Man, I sure didn't like the way that felt.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're experienced now. And again, through your songs and through your creative writing, you're able to put it out there and people connect. You'd be surprised when someone's going through something, as it has for me in my life, 3 times your age. You feel it, that certain songs, they reach it. And as you get older, you start understanding the words in the song.
Right.
I never used to listen to songs. I like that song. Nice beat, nice this. But then you start hearing the songs. And now I know why those songs appeal to me.
Right.
Because my brain was hearing it, even though I was just, I dig the song. Then you're starting to realize what it is.
Absolutely.
And you have that, you appear to have that gift that you're able to do that.
Thank you.
Share yourself through your music and through
Thank
your
you.
craft. That's something.
Thank
Really.
you.
Yeah.
Well,
You
just
should be
wait till
very
my
proud
new
of that.
album coming out. I have a whole
I
lot more
can't wait for
emotions.
Oh yeah, I can't wait till the new one comes out. Yeah, you're not gonna tell us the name of it or anything?
I don't know the name of it.
Oh, you're still working on it.
Yeah, we're still working on everything right now.
Nice.
We have some concept ideas. I will tell you, one of the songs is me embodying an animal of like several different people, and one song is about thinking that you're better than everybody, and it might be called High Almighty, which is not supposed to be religious, but like, some people
Holier than thou. I
yeah,
get it. I
yeah.
got you.
And
All right.
then there's another song where we're going to be talking about the fire that's within us that maybe we let sizzle out. And then also there's a song that I'm working on that is very much an anthem of love.
I like that.
Very cool.
Listen, Isaiah, you promise you come back another time?
Oh my
We're
gosh,
at the top
I
of the
would
hour.
love- I would love
You don't
that.
have the headset on. The music's already playing. So listen, this has been Isaiah Grass. What a great interview. I am so glad you came in today. It's wonderful.
Thank you.
So come on back and see us again right here, WRMN 1410.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Just pretend it's
Thank
not
you.
happening.
That's an interesting sound.
It's like your mental health. If you're struggling and feeling overwhelmed, it's important to do something about it. It can be as simple as talking to someone in your community, or just taking a deep, calming breath when you need it. Nice. For mental health resources, check out loveyourmindtoday.org.
At loveyourmindtoday.org, you'll find information that may help you get through a tough time. Things like tips for dealing with stress, how to navigate difficulties like financial worries, anger, substance use, and more. You can also find real stories of how people navigated their own mental health challenges. Because once you start to address the problem, you can go so much further. Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410 Elgin time, 3 o'clock.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Centos. 19-year-old Darrell Lee Jr. appeared in Kendall County Court for the first time after being accused of fatally stabbing a delivery driver and wounding a maintenance worker at a Chick-fil-A in Oswego. During the hearing, Lee had an outburst claiming the court was killing him and was briefly removed from the room. The maintenance worker, with help from his mother, had subdued Lee despite his injuries. Lee faces multiple charges, including first-degree murder, attempted murder, armed robbery, and aggravated battery. A 37-year-old woman, Gail Gavednik, faces felony charges in Lake County after allegedly going on a drunken rampage in Wakanda and breaking into a man's home where she reportedly cooked 3 tacos with his food. Police say she was found intoxicated lying on a roadway after several incidents that evening, including harassing residents and attempting to climb on a car. The homeowner returned from work to find his home ransacked with food, trash, and clothing scattered throughout. Gavednik, who was already on pretrial release for previous felony charges in Will County, has been ordered detained as court proceedings continue. Aurora University has launched a Bachelor of Science in Communication Sciences and Disorders to meet the growing demand for professionals in speech, language, and hearing care. The program prepares students for careers as speech-language pathologists or audiologists, offering hands-on training, clinical experience, and specialized tracks in neurodiversity or educational settings. Job prospects in these fields are strong, with expected growth rates of 15% for speech-language pathologists and 9% for audiologists through 2034, driven by an aging population and increased awareness of communication disorders. Students will gain practical skills through classroom exercises and real-world clinical placements, equipping them for advanced studies and professional practice. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
At Bank of America, we asked our teammates, what makes this company a great place to work?
There's very little that you can't accomplish working for Bank of America.
If you prove yourself, you can try over in a totally new way.
You can learn so much here. You're the owner of your career.
See how our teammates are growing in their careers at bankofamerica.com/great place to work. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America. Proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
With Progressive, it's easy to reach customer service with our app, website, chat, or by phone. Because when getting help is hard, it's not help at all.
A little help. A little help over here.
Thank you for calling Bench Press Assistance.
What?
Due to excessive gym volume, all available spotters are currently lifting heavy weights off the chests of other bench pressers.
Seriously?
Please continue to hold, and we will remove the barbell from your chest in the order in which your cry for help was received.
Getting assistance should be easy. With Progressive, it is. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Centos. 19-year-old Darrell Lee Jr. appeared in Kendall County Court for the first time after being accused of fatally stabbing a delivery driver and wounding a maintenance worker at a Chick-fil-A in Oswego. During the hearing, Lee had an outburst claiming the court was killing him and was briefly removed from the room. The maintenance worker, with help from his mother, had subdued Lee despite his injuries. Lee faces multiple charges, including first-degree murder, attempted murder, armed robbery, and aggravated battery. A 37-year-old woman, Gail Gavednik, faces felony charges in Lake County after allegedly going on a drunken rampage in Wakanda and breaking into a man's home where she reportedly cooked 3 tacos with his food. Police say she was found intoxicated lying on a roadway after several incidents that evening, including harassing residents and attempting to climb on a car. The homeowner returned from work to find his home ransacked with food, trash, and clothing scattered throughout. Gavednik, who was already on pretrial release for previous felony charges in Will County, has been ordered detained as court proceedings continue. Aurora University has launched a Bachelor of Science in Communication Sciences and Disorders.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. This afternoon, mostly sunny with a high near 54, temperatures falling to around 52. Tonight, a slight chance of rain showers after 7 p.m., partly cloudy with a low around 34. Tomorrow, a chance of rain showers, partly sunny with a high near 48. Currently, it is 52 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
How do you stay humble when you're America's #1 wiper blade? That's what we're currently dealing with at Rain-X. Is it even possible to humble brag when you bully Mother Nature like we do? Do we sound too conceited if we keep repeating how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America? No. We'll take a lesson from our wipers and just keep doing our job with humility. As America's #1 wiper blade. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
Businesses come in all shapes and sizes. Integrity doesn't. For more than a century, the Better Business Bureau has set the standards for how businesses should operate honestly and ethically. So when you're looking for a business you can trust, check to see who's BBB accredited and who isn't. Always choose the better business. Look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. That's why it's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org. Businesses come in all shapes and sizes. Integrity doesn't. For more than a century, the Better Business Bureau has set the standards for how businesses should operate honestly and ethically. So when you're looking for a business you can trust, check to see who's BBB accredited and who isn't. Always choose the better business. Look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. That's why it's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Hello, everybody. This is Dino, and I'm going to be filling in for our guy, Matt McNeil. Usually the Out to Lunch segment, and we're bringing you in with a nice little subtle music here, a little bit of jazz. But we're going to have a great guest here. As I thought earlier, I was showing you. He's here with me right now, live in the studio. We have Jack Muccio. Hello, everybody. Jack, how you doing today?
I'm fine, Dino. How are you?
I couldn't be any better. Was it been almost half a year since the last time we had you on with Christina?
Yeah, she couldn't make it today, but I definitely wanted to come. Didn't want to miss. I appreciate you having me on your show.
Oh my God! The last time you were on, you sang those couple of songs that you did. I still have people asking, "When are you bringing that Italian guy in? When are you bringing that Italian?" You know, and a lot of my friends happen to be Italian. No secret, no shocks there, right? But yeah, there's so much going on. And even though the music that we started with was more of a calm jazz, you're anything but a calm jazz type of a singer. I mean, you've got such attributes to the type of music. I mean, not only do you have your cantor for your church, which is quite a thing. I mean, that's everything starts with our faith, I think.
Yes.
And you've been blessed over the years with a lot of good gigs throughout. And I think a lot's got to do with, where we start, who we remember, who got us to where we're going, and you've always been mindful of that, and you've always been one to be able to share that with no secret. You weren't, embarrassed to say, well, my faith did this for me. And that's great, and I love that about you. But, you do a lot of church stuff, your background. God, you could do Andre Bocelli, which you did here a cappella, so beautiful. No background whatsoever. Obviously, Sinatra, Dean Martin, Tony Bennett, a little bit of jazz. You got your Elvis, Tom Jones, Engelbert Humperdinck. I mean, my God, the music goes on. Even your country. I know you've got a little operatic background. Bobby Darin, another great star. I mean, these are all the standards. Sammy Davis Jr. with his beautiful ballads. Your music goes from 50s rock, probably just about anything else. You try to stay relevant to what's going on.
Yeah.
And I've always admired that about you.
Thank you, Dino.
You've, tying in your wife to your act, I think was beautiful. And why don't you tell, for those that really have never heard this story. How did you meet Christina?
Met Christina at a dance. I was doing the Addison Fest. Oh gosh, back in 2008. It was in August of 2008, and they had a dance coming up, and some friends of mine who came to watch me sing at the Addison Fest said, "Hey, you know, we're gonna be at the dance next week. You want to go?" I'm like, eh. But I thought, all right, I'm with my friends, and just met Christina from there. Met her at the dance. She had just gotten divorced after 20 years of marriage. For I think she was divorced about 6 months. And the good ones get grabbed up quick.
Oh, real fast.
Yeah, so I figure, you know, she was married very young and definitely made a go of it after 20 years. I mean, that's trying. So I thought she would get grabbed up right away. So I thought I'd grab her up first.
All right, you know what? Christina is such a sweetheart. She's always so warm, always so welcoming. And what she adds to your show is really pretty cool. I kind of like it.
Thank
I know you do a lot of different acts together.
Yes.
And, you know, you've done the Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra position when you portray the Rat Pack. Is that true?
That's correct.
Which one is like, if there is an easier, if that's a question, which one is easier for you to do? Or which one do you prefer to do better? I'll start out that way.
Oh, gosh, I love them both. Frank I like the most because Frank is my favorite. He's got so many songs. So it's easier to do Frank because there's a lot more to choose from, but I love Dean, too.
It seems, like if I was going to pick your character because of your, you know, I mean, you're the most laid-back performer that I know. I mean, truly. And you're very chill. You're very, when someone talks to you, you look at them in the eye, you want to hear what they have to say. So and you're not too scripted, which I think is kind of cool. And if I was to pick which one I'm way off base, then I would have picked you to be more the Dean Martin one, because you seem to be the guy that you could hop into whatever the situation is, get the feel of what's happening, and then boom. And that was Dean. Dean Martin, he never rehearsed any of those shows that he did. Everybody else was rehearsing their part of their segment.
Yes.
But when it come to Dean Martin, he just walked. He's okay. I got to be here. Such as he walked on, and you know they had cue cards back then to kind of like stimulate what he already read in the script.
Right.
But there was no rehearsals. It's a one-time shot, and I think that was the genius of that show.
Mm-hmm.
And I draw that parallel with you because I've seen you adapt to a lot of different situations, good, bad, and otherwise.
Thank you.
You know, hegglers out in your audience sometimes. Man, you handle them 1, 2, 3. And that's why I figured you're more that Dean Martin guy. You know?
I love Dean, too. It's yeah, he was so laid back, to your point.
And, you know, your structure, though, and I will say, that's the Sinatra side of you. The fact that, you know, again, you've got operatic background. I mean, that's not something that just anybody has. Your greater stars, you know, even people like in rock and roll have that background, I think are very successful. Look at Freddie Mercury from Queen, whether you like him or don't like him. I thought he's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Here's a guy that had a beautiful background in the opera, and a lot of performers did. And I think that's real important, you know. And I think maybe that's where your Frank Sinatra maybe turns into. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe that's just me doing it. And then when you do Andre Bocelli, oh my God,
Yeah, I love Bocelli.
lights up the room. How could you not? I mean, it just lights up the room.
What a voice.
You know, and you've been in, obviously, you know, what are we? We're still in Italian Heritage Month.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, October, yes.
Right? So,
Yes.
you know, and that was originally George H.W. Bush had adopted that.
Yes.
And then throughout, it kind of got pushed around back and forth. And you've been with the Joint Civic Committee and in the Italian community for a gazillion years. You've worked the Arcata Theater many times. So you know what Ron's been trying to do, and the organization, to keep the Italian-American community alive.
Yes.
You know, you have seen the national anthem, I can't tell you how many different times, at the biggest events, at the Columbus Day parades. You name it, you were the guy that was singing them. When they had the downtown events, the different galas that you've sang at, not only in English but in Italian. And it is just, it's beautiful to hear you sing.
Thank you.
But, you know, keeping our culture alive, which it shouldn't be no shock that you're Italian either. You know, I think it's very, very important. You know, we had a lot of boost from doing this. We had Mr. DeLuca, Anthony DeLuca, pushed that House bill through. And that was back, I think, in 2023 he did that.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 2023. But, you know, we've had a lot of support, you know, on a lot of things to support our Italian-American heritage. And, you know, I just think it's important. I just really do. I always bring up the Italian-American heritage. Well, we are proud of it. And one of the things that we pride ourselves after, this parade is what now? How many different years has it been going on? 100 and, I had it in my other clips. Too many years. And it's, in this 170 something. But nonetheless, we've always invited every ethnic group, no matter who they were, the Polonaise, the Grecian, we had the Jewish community, we had and then what we did the year prior to this, we had the indigenous people came.
Yes.
And they were beautiful. They did their native dance for us at the President's Ball, the different galas, at the even at the one over at Marqueta, Galleria Marqueta. We had a special event over there. And it was the association that came for the indigenous people was so refreshing because, you know, how everybody's like, oh, you know, we pushed them around and we pushed them out. This group of Native Americans are like, hey, look, we're not upset about using the Blackhawks as a logo or, you know, all these different sports teams, the Redskins and what have you. In fact, they said, we've identified what's happened and the different things that have been wrong in our history, the Italian Americans included, and America as well. But it's just the fact that it's just bigger than that. They're like, okay, we understand that. But they liked it because they got even like, you would say, more exposure that way. Right. And it gave more focus and more, you know, a little bit of, if they want to say pride, that, yeah, they are the fighting Illini. And the Illini are strong.
Yes.
And the, you know, indigenous people were strong, strong people. So that was one of the cool things that we were able to bring out, that they're not mad at us having Columbus Day. And we share it now because some people call it indigenous people. We don't care. It's still Italian American Heritage Month in the state of Illinois. And I think President Trump also proclaimed it the same for the United States.
Yes.
So until the next guy wants to change it around and find some reason for somebody to be offended, but the people that should be offended aren't offended. So what do we say to that? I don't know.
Well, I'll just say to the politicians out there, and one in particular, and I won't say her name, but the one who's trying to get rid of Columbus, she needs to keep in mind that there are over 700,000 people of Italian American heritage extraction, I guess, in the state of Illinois alone. Over 700,000. And if we ever, and you know, all we're asking for is 1 day a year. 1 day a year.
Actually, we're not even asking for the day. The day has been set there for how many years?
Yes.
We're just asking, leave it alone.
Don't touch it.
Yeah.
This is the 1 day that Italian Americans get to shine. Don't kick us in the fanny. But, you know, for any politician that thinks they're going to get rid of Columbus Day, just in Illinois alone, over 700,000 Italian Americans, and they will remember that. So something to think about for any politician that wants to get rid of Columbus.
Yeah, I agree with you there, 100%. But, yeah, and you've always been proud of your heritage, which is why I brought it up, because, again, you know, we got you on the Out to Lunch segment. I want people to get a nicer snapshot, you know, of who Jack Muccio is. And if those watching on the YouTube, here's a couple different clips.
Thank you.
And we got the
Christina,
bottom clip,
yeah.
you and Christina, your gorgeous wife, and such a sweetheart. You up at the top, you were at the Festa Italiana, I believe. Was that the one in Milwaukee, or was that here in Illinois? That top clip.
That top clip, that was in Illinois. That was at Oakley Boulevard, I believe.
Oh, okay.
That was the Oakley Fest.
And then you got in the center. You were doing.
Rat Pack.
It appears to be Rat Pack, and you were Frank on that one. You got
was
the hat
Frank,
on.
yeah, with the hat.
Yeah.
Dean and Sammy.
And then over on the other side, it's another outdoor festival. You do so many outdoor festivals. It's hard to keep track with you.
Thank you.
You know, I mean, and here's a little close up with you and Christina. Such a lovely lady. Yeah, she really is.
And what you see on the outside, that's the exact same way she is in private. On the inside.
Is she?
She's not.
Yeah.
There's no two Christinas. There's one Christina.
Yeah.
The way she acts in public is the way she acts in private. So there's no pretense with her.
And a lot of your acts, you try to blend in to where you can use her. And she plays as Zsa Zsa now, right?
Plays Zsa Zsa. When we do the Rat Pack, Christina plays Zsa Zsa Gabor. And a lot of people forgot about Zsa Zsa and forgot what a big star she was.
She was
in the
huge.
50s and 60s.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely huge.
And
So-
Christina has that little bit of accent.
Oh, yeah,
And she
right.
knows how to turn it on perfectly.
She does.
Yeah.
And then other than that, we sing, now this Friday we're going to be at La Villa Restaurant from 6:30 to 9:30. That's on North Pulaski in Chicago, just about a block and a half south of Irving. Sunday, that picture that you showed with Christina and I in the fur coats, that's the modeling gig. We do that every year for the Italian American Women's Organization. That's going to be at, that place in Addison. What is that? I forget the name. It's in Addison.
On Lake Street?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just west.
Oh, my God.
I know. Just
See,
west of
whenever
53.
This is what always happens to me, is they got some Venutis.
Venutis. Thank you.
How do you forget Venutis? Who started out, by the way, as a little pizza parlor.
Yes.
Right off of Villa Avenue.
Yes.
If anybody could imagine, and you told them that Venutis, that castle, started out as was a pizza parlor, who would believe it? Yeah. Yeah. The
And
family.
that is a castle,
Oh,
that
my God.
place.
Family cooking. And then
Oh, yeah.
for a while there, they moved, didn't they, on North Avenue? They
Yes.
had like a buffet thing going on.
Yes.
And then from there, where they are now, they found their niche. They found their home. Yeah. So you're going to do this weekend for who?
The fashion show. It's for the Italian American Women's Organization.
Oh,
That's
okay,
Jackie
beautiful.
Mazza.
JCC, yeah.
Jackie's been running
JCCIA.
that for years. It's run by Zaz Productions, is the modeling agency, which is Tracy DeBono and Joanne Brooks. And so that's Sunday. That's at 3 o'clock at Venutis. And then on the 14th, we're going to be at Sorelli's Restaurant in Long Grove.
Nice.
Yeah, great people. That's Mario Weber. That's Josette Weber's
Yeah,
son.
yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Mario with the car dealership.
Yes.
Was it Dodge? Something Dodge. I forget the name of his company.
Oh, gosh.
But he's got a Dodge dealership.
Yeah, Mario's brilliant. He knows how to feed his family. Let's put it that way.
Oh, that's no lie. And he's always been the family has always been supporters of the Italian American community.
Oh, yeah.
Josette Weber, when Casa Italia, how about it? She would always do that language. They would immerse the children in a week of nothing but Italian language.
Yes.
And how cool is that?
And their minds are little sponges, Dino, so they remember.
Oh, yeah.
No, we've had some real heroes in the Italian American community. So many to name, and I don't want to leave anyone out.
No, you can't. And we can't forget about Joanne Serpico, who's not with us no longer. But she was the face, of JCCIA. He was just worked tirelessly. And you got so many other people that have stepped in, are doing an outstanding job.
Oh, yeah. She was the Iron Lady of the Italian
Oh, my
American
God.
community.
She was the pillar.
And then Dominic DeFrisco.
Yeah,
Could never
what a
forget
gentleman.
Dominic.
We still do the Dante Awards with his grandson.
Oh, yeah,
Is the host.
Pasquale.
Pasquale.
Yes.
He's got a great thing going.
Well, Dominic was the 800. Dominic, he was the 800-pound gorilla in
Yeah.
the Italian community. I mean that the man was very influential. He was personal friends with Bill Clinton, and he knew so many politicians, and he did so much for the Italian American community. And Dominic, it was funny. Now you talk about, if I could tell you a quick story, talk about the national anthem. Now I used to belong to an organization called the Old Neighborhood Italian American Club. They're on 30th and Shields.
Yep.
And the only reason I don't go there anymore is because of the traffic. I hate the Kennedy. It's an hour and a half for me to get down there from Des Plaines. But when I used to go regularly, I was there one time. I was singing the national anthem for Memorial Day, which I did every year there. Well, Dominic was there with, the guy from the Los Angeles, Tommy Lasorda.
Yeah.
From the Los Angeles Dodgers. So I went up to when everything was over and we were all eating pasta. I was sitting with Tommy and Dominic, and Christina was with me. I said, "Hey, Tommy," I said, I like singing the national anthem. Can you get me in a couple of ball games? He said, "Sure." He said, I could get you out in Los Angeles. Dominic stepped in. He said, "Wait a minute. Why? If you need a favor, just come to me." That's the way he was.
Yeah.
And that's how I got in with the White Sox.
He was with All Italia Airlines for years.
Oh,
Dominic
yes.
Frisco.
Oh,
was.
yes.
He
Years.
He made a lot of connections with the community.
Oh, yeah.
And, he brought a lot through the airlines, too. And working, again, also with the Torontos, right?
Ron Toronto.
The
What a
senator,
sweetheart.
wasn't he something?
And most people don't know that when you're a senator, see, Italy, their senators are literally worldwide. Like our senators cover the 50 states. Italy, they cover worldwide. So Ron was the Italian-American senator.
Right.
They have someone for South America, North America, Asia. So they represent the entire
He was
world.
the ambassador for all.
Yes.
The whole world.
And there was another gentleman.
Yeah, wasn't he? The Torontos are great. I mean, they've always supported every organization, everything that's went on. We'd have the different Columbus Day parades. Right?
Oh.
Even Tony. I mean, Mr. Gambino. I mean, you go from one huge giant to the other, and then the seafood place.
Well,
Stramaglia, Mr. Stramaglia.
Yes, from the place in Villa Park.
Yeah, I can't.
Supreme Lobster.
Supreme Lobster.
Yes, Supreme Lobster.
Yeah.
Well, then
those were giants that always helped. Everybody was there.
Joe's Meat Market. Joe.
Sure.
Yeah.
The different organizations, even Vito D'Ambrosio, but Italian Americans, executives, transportation. I mean, so many make up our community, which I'm glad that you came in, that we could kind of discuss that again before the Italian Heritage Month slips away.
Yeah.
And nobody had anything to say about it. And it's not just the big giants that we're talking about. These guys were pillars that it was one phone call, whether it was somebody in the city of Chicago, whether it was a local a person or whomever, they made the phone call, boom, it was over. But it's the people like myself, because I'm nowhere near the stature that you are in the Italian community.
Oh, yes, you are.
But it's all of us that make up the Italian-American community. Look what Ron Onesti has done for the Joint Civic Committee. With his entertainment and everything that goes with it, with the statues, he's gotten a lot of criticism from some people because he keeps peace amongst everybody.
Right.
That's what they have to realize. Being, you're hardcore Italians, it's, hey, right here,
Right.
That's fine on the street. But when you're trying to get something done and you're talking about all the communities for everybody to enjoy and make people understand what Columbus represented to everybody, sometimes you have to sit at a table that maybe you're not so comfortable. You may get a little agita from the pasta you're eating later.
Right.
But you had to sit at that table to make sure that you got the attention, is really what it boils down to.
Yeah.
So he's gotten some bad hits lately, and I feel real bad for him. But Ron, we're right behind you. How about you?
Oh, yeah.
100% behind Ron for all that he's doing.
Worked with him for years. I still sing at the Des Plaines Theater and at the Arcata Theater.
Yeah, I've seen you on the billboards a couple times. Marquis showing. If I can make a quarter of the shows, I'd be a happy guy. And I make quite a few. I pop in and out and see the different things.
Oh, yeah.
I've been able to see you perform, which you always walk away fulfilled. You got that heart and soul and everything that you do, Jack. You're that guy. And I meant that sincerely. That's why I thought you were more the dean. Well, there's our playoff music. So we're going to go to the top of the hour here. And you'll stick around?
Oh, yeah.
Stay around for another half hour?
Oh,
with
yeah,
us?
please.
Okay, everybody, we've been talking with this guy right here. This is Jack Muccio. And Jack Muccio is one of the pillars of entertainment in the community. He has done so many things. When we come back, we'll talk about the national anthems that you do. But listen, Out to Lunch, right here, Out to Lunch with Jack and Dean, WRMN 1410. We'll be back in just a bit.
On WRMN, it's the talk of the town. So come on and listen now.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Sky Rizzi. Aurora University has launched a Bachelor of Science in Communication Sciences and Disorders to meet the growing demand for professionals in speech, language, and hearing care. The program prepares students for careers as speech-language pathologists or audiologists, offering hands-on training, clinical experience, and specialized tracks in neurodiversity or educational settings. Job prospects in these fields are strong, with expected growth rates of 15% for speech-language pathologists and 9% for audiologists through 2034, driven by an aging population and increased awareness of communication disorders. Students will gain practical skills through classroom exercises and real-world clinical placements, equipping them for advanced studies and professional practice. 19-year-old Darrell Lee Jr. appeared in Kendall County Court for the first time after being accused of fatally stabbing a delivery driver and wounding a maintenance worker at a Chick-fil-A in Oswego. During the hearing, Lee had an outburst claiming the court was killing him and was briefly removed from the room. The maintenance worker, with help from his mother, had subdued Lee despite his injuries. Lee faces multiple charges, including first-degree murder, attempted murder, armed robbery, and aggravated battery. A 37-year-old woman, Gail Gavednik, faces felony charges in Lake County after allegedly going on a drunken rampage in Wakanda and breaking into a man's home where she reportedly cooked 3 tacos with his food. Police say she was found intoxicated lying on a roadway after several incidents that evening, including harassing residents and attempting to climb on a car. The homeowner returned from work to find his home ransacked with food, trash, and clothing scattered throughout. Gavednik, who was already on pretrial release for previous felony charges in Will County, has been ordered detained as court proceedings continue. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
As a fan, you know all the important sports cliches. And when you save money by bundling your home and auto with Progressive, you can get out there and give it 110%, even though that's mathematically impossible. And remember, failure is not an option. Well, it's always an option, just not a good one. But you're not worried because you've got ice in your veins. You're on fire. How can both of those things be true at the same time? Well, that's between you and your doctor. So get out there and leave it all on the field. Leave what? Who cares? Just leave it and save with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers, not available in all states or situations.
This is Larry Jones, and I'd like to talk to you about my bank, American Eagle Bank in South Elgin. Has your bank changed names in the last 10 years? Is your bank another faceless branch with headquarters in another city? Are you tired of earning next to nothing on your savings account or certificates of deposit, or does your personal banker treat you like a stranger? If you answered yes to any of those questions, then you're ready for a new banking experience, and American Eagle is the place for you. American Eagle is a locally owned independent bank that's rooted in the community, and American Eagle customers are greeted by name and treated with the respect that they deserve. American Eagle has an innovative program, Eagle Savings, that teaches your children to save while earning prizes and rewards. American Eagle offers great rates on certificates of deposit. My bank is located in South Elgin on Randall Road between the Target and Caputo's and is open Monday through Saturday. Give them a call at 847-742-7400 and a real person will answer the phone. American Eagle Bank, a place where you matter.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. This afternoon, partly sunny with a high near 54, temperatures falling to around 52. Tonight, a slight chance of rain showers after 7 p.m., partly cloudy with a low around 34. Tomorrow, a chance of rain showers, partly sunny with a high near 48. Currently, it is 52 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
We know exactly what you're not thinking about right now. Wiper blades. But now that you are, take a moment to think about how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America. Why? Because Rain-X thinks about wiper blades all the time. We obsess, so you don't have to. Simply install our blades and then think about literally anything else. So choose Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blades, and then go back to not thinking about wiper blades. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
Back. Sitting here talking with my good friend Jack Muccio. It's out to lunch today with Jack and Dean. Ordinarily, you got Matt McNeil behind the microphone over here, but he said, hey, go ahead, take my spot, because I wanted to make sure I got Jack on here. He's unavailable for Friday. And you want to reach Jack, we're talking to him. He's got just a great repertoire of entertainment. It's Jack, JackMuccio.com. JackMuccio.com. So we're in studio, the two of us together, and we're just talking like old friends, which we are. We were just realizing, for Christ's sake, we've known each other since '97. Huh? Isn't that some?
28 years.
Yeah. So it's, this out to lunch segment, Jack, like I was explaining to you, and for those at home listening and watching us on the YouTube, this was designed for just this, for whether it be a friend, whether it be a local business, somebody in the area that performs in the area. You do in the Fox River Valley very often, and just get you an opportunity to know somebody, get to know them on a casual basis. A little background, family background, you see what you're made of, and anybody's welcome. You want to come on to our show, you can come on any single time whatsoever. You come here, right here to WRMN. Everybody is welcome. You want to call in right now, you can talk to Jack, you can. It's 847-931-1410. We've got the text line, 505-926-1410. And those of you watching YouTube, and if you're just listening, you go to youtube.com/@WRMN Radio. So that just kind of tells you how to get here. And if you want to be a part of it, if you have a business and you're listening to this and you want to promote your business, we're not charging you nothing. Come on. Come on. Is that a thing? On? Yeah. Come on over here and be on. That's a little better English. My English ain't so good all the times. But, really, this is a good opportunity for you to tell us about you, get to know you. And that's what we're doing today here with Jack Muccio. We've already talked about his background. Jack's got some wonderful, wonderful background. I mean, the places that he has been to and the people you have met, I mean, what would you say? I mean, it's countless. You're on cable stations, you're on NBC, ABC. I've seen you everywhere. WGN, I've seen you on.
Yeah.
I mean, you've performed, I think, over at the Governor's Mansion.
Just twice, yeah. Twice at the Governor's Mansion.
What was your most, did you say, wow, that was really something I got to perform over here?
Well,
what was your favorite venue?
The national anthems, especially the White Sox and the Bulls. When I do the White Sox often, and I do the Bulls occasionally. I'll do like 6, 7, 8 White Sox games a year, and I'll do 2 or 3 Bulls games a year. Those are, because of the amount of people, in the crowd and the excitement and the fact that it's professional sports.
Well, you light up in here. For those of you watching the YouTube, now here's a couple of them right here. You've even started doing even the Chicago Dogs locally, which is in Rosemont, correct?
Yes.
And I heard the national anthem because I was playing that little clip that the Dogs did on you. It wasn't a little clip. It was, I think you did an hour with them.
The Shy Dog?
Yeah.
Oh, Mike. Great guy. Italian guy.
Oh, well, yeah. It's okay. But it was a great interview.
Thank
you. what you did there, and then the excitement, the way you get the crowds going, you know what I mean? And you're a patriot.
Yeah.
No one could say you're not. And on screen here, we have the Bulls in the bottom left corner. That's when you do the Bulls, and they put you on that Jumbotron. I can't imagine that.
Yeah.
I can't imagine standing and singing in front of all of those people. You know, you go to the Wintrust Field. Was that White Sox? Or is that,
Wintrust is, that's DePaul.
No, that's
DePaul.
okay.
Yes.
You
I sing for DePaul. I sing for UIC.
You do the Impact.
That's the Dogs Impact Stadium, yeah.
And then, you, of course, White Sox. Well, again, I'm the old Comiskey Park guy.
Yeah, Comiskey Park, yeah.
And we broadcast the White Sox now. So.
I just saw that. You do the Sox and the Bears.
Sox and the Bears.
You are the Fox Valley radio station for the Sox and the
We
Bears.
are the voice of the Chicago Bears and the Chicago White Sox. I'm proud of it.
Love it.
Chicago White Sox did a pretty decent job this year. They weren't but 20 years ago what happened. Yeah. But you know what? They got to rebuild, and they're on that process. You know, in our radio station, we've made a complete about-face. We're community broadcasters now and doing stuff like this, finding out who's in our community, how we could better serve the Fox River Valley. Elgin is, sixth largest city in the state of Illinois.
Yes.
So, of course, we would be located within that confines of the city of Elgin. But our goal is just that, is to go ahead and share with everybody, what it is that we do and, how we can better help, the Fox River Valley. The signal doesn't go on, ESPN at 1000. For whatever reason, it doesn't hit out to the suburbs that we're able to reach, our listening area.
Okay.
So we brought the Bears and the White Sox to the Fox River Valley.
Beautiful.
Very proud to be able to do that.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like singing a national anthem like you do.
No,
but I'll tell you what.
Huge.
We're getting your voice out there through our station. And when I heard you on the one time, I was like, yeah, that's our guy Jack. But you sing a lot of different national anthems, a lot of different venues.
Yeah.
That gives you the most pride?
Oh, yeah. The Now Arena, the one in Hoffman Estates.
Yeah.
I do the Windy City Bulls. I do the Chicago Fire soccer team. I do the women's soccer team, the Chicago Stars. UIC, I did almost every home game for UIC last year.
Well, Wayne never let you do the Wolves, Chicago Wolves?
No, the son of a guy.
Yeah.
I would love to do the Wolves.
Mesmer, that's his thing.
That's right. Yeah, he's part owner of the Wolves.
Right,
so,
right.
Yeah.
That's how I was just teasing you.
Yeah, I understand that.
If it's going to be anybody, it's going to be him singing that national anthem. Of course he would. Yeah. He's a good guy, too.
Yes, he is.
I don't know if you operate. He's with with my Knights of Columbus Council. He belongs to 11981 in Inverness. He belongs to that council.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah. Good man.
Did you ever see the play, The Leper Priest?
Oh, my God.
What's that?
Damien. Oh, yeah. It's out of this world.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. What a production.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, he's done it several different spots. And he's just so into it, Yeah.
A one-man show, literally.
Yeah, and it's what it is. It's a one-man show.
Yeah.
He does just an outstanding job with that. Hey, you're a one-man show often, too. There's a lot of pressure on that one-man show stuff, wouldn't you say?
Singing I've been doing it so many years that it's just like talking now, honestly, yeah. And Christina's the same way. I mean, she's so comfortable. She never had stage fright, and she always had a good voice. I said, why don't you just start singing with her? Got the voice, got the stage presence, she's got the looks.
Yeah.
It was a natural.
What else is there?
Exactly.
You put all the pieces together.
It was a natural. And she learns a song, she knows all the words, doesn't have to read, the words off a music sheet. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, memorization. How many different, I was looking at all the different songs that you know. I mean, all of that's to memory? You can remember all of these songs?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you've got hundreds of songs that you could sing. How does one do that? Is it the tempo that, like, you'll hear a note and then you're like, boom, okay, that's this song? How do you do that?
You just do it over and over again. We had a private party at the was it Lamont? Yeah, Lamont VFW last Saturday, and it was for a 90-year-old woman, and her favorite song is "You Belong to Me" by Joe Staff. I never sing,
Mm-hmm.
but they asked me to learn it, so I had about a week to learn it. I just kept reading it and playing it in my head. Once you know the melody and you know the synopsis of the story,
Brings the two together.
Yeah,
that's nice.
Yeah.
But I tell you, just like, again, even talking with you here, which is how I like, I guess, my interviews to go. I like them comfortable. I like them subdued and like just straight out telling me what's going on and what's happening. And you're such a humble guy. When we introduce you and we give all the accolades. I mean, and as far as that is concerned, I mean, how many different awards, have you received? You have received so many different awards. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to just take a short break. And then when we come back, we'll talk about all the different things that, achievements that you have made that really require them to be spoken. So, hey, everybody, we are here at WRMN with my dear friend of 28 years, Jack Muccio, telling us all about him, about his wife, Christina. He's the cantor in the church. He has been with the Rat Pack singing Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra. Does both roles, not just one. He does both roles. A pillar of our Italian-American community, proud of his heritage, proud of what he does. So when we come back, I'm going to read a few more little things, and not so little attributes that go along with his name. So again, you listen to WRMN right here on 1410 in Studio 14. Good buddy Jack Muccio. Be back in just a few short minutes.
If your idea of therapy involves a fishing rod, a tree stand, or a campfire, then you need American Outdoors Radio. Host John Cruz speaks your language, whether it's about the best lures, tracking game, or that one buddy who always forgets to bring the beer. John's got the tips to sharpen your aim, the hacks to pack lighter, and the stories to keep you entertained. Again, that's American Outdoor Radio with John Cruz. Saturdays at 7 a.m. on WRMN 1410. Or stream it at WRMN1410.com. Get ready to outfish, outhunt, and outcamp them all on American Outdoor Radio with John Cruz.
There's a price war in the insurance business, and you may be paying too much. Call the Term Lifeline right now and see if you can save 40%. $500,000 plans and up, that's our specialty. Even great smokers' rates. Protect your family today. Call the Term Lifeline right now for a free quote. 866-509-TERM. 866-509-TERM. 866-509-TERM.
For a little lighthearted lawlessness on Sunday afternoon. Handle on the Law from 4 to 7 p.m. Handle on the Law is a unique combination of useful legal advice and outrageous handle remarks. Whether you're talking about Big Brother, big business, big legal problems, or Big Macs, you'll rarely find Bill without an opinion. His rapid-fire commentary gives listeners the information they crave in the way they crave it. It's Handle on the Law, Sunday afternoons from 4 to 7 p.m. right here on WRMN, AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
Most people out here think that taking care of one another is important. And most people would step up for a neighbor going through a tough time. Most people around here help out friends and family when they need it. But the funny thing is, most of us won't look for help when we need it. If you're struggling with mental health, you should know that there are resources out there that can help. And it's okay to talk about it if you need to. One place to get started with information is loveyourmindtoday.org. Loveyourmindtoday.org offers a range of guides, instructions, and insights for dealing with difficult situations or getting through a tough time. If you're struggling with mental health, get the help you need, because most people out here really care. Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
And we are back, not just me, we are back. Here at my good friend Jack Muccio. And we're doing the Out to Lunch segment. Matt was so kind to allow us to take his little spot over here today so we could talk about the different things that are going on with Jack and his performances. So, Jack, again, thank you very much for being on here today.
Thanks for having me.
You know, we talked about a lot of things in a short time. We talked about our heritage. We talked about your beautiful wife. We've talked about what kind of, moves you along, and you really get a good joy out of the national anthems, as I imagine anybody would. Yeah. It's a privilege to be able to sing in the venues that you have. I mean, my gosh, who wouldn't want to? I wish I had the guts to stand up and sing. First, I wish I had the voice.
Oh, I'm sure.
Maybe I got the guts to stand there, but I sure don't have the voice. Maybe you could dub your voice and you let me do it one time?
Of course, but you don't.
I'll mouth it, yeah. That'd be great. But you've got so many different awards that a lot of people say, oh, this guy here, this Jack Muccio, he's a performer. He's another one of those lounge lizard guys. No, that's not what Jack is. Again, his foundation starts with being a cantor for his church. You don't be a lounge lizard by doing that and having that foundation. And you're a recipient of the David Award for Arts and Entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how cool was that?
Yeah, that was from Ron Onesti.
Was that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And recipient of a certificate of appreciation from the governor of the state of Illinois.
Governor Ryan, yes.
Yeah, Ryan was a nice guy.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, he was a gentleman.
Yes, he was.
All the governors we've had, I respect their office. I don't always agree with each and every one of them.
Right.
But you got to respect their office. It's a hard job that they have. Politics today, everybody's firing at you. Look what's going on.
Oh.
I mean, all around everything. Whether it's right, wrong, or otherwise.
The anger.
Oh my God, this hatred's got to go away.
Mm.
But also you're recipient of certificate of appreciation from the Illinois American Legion. So I know veterans are near and dear to you.
Very much.
With me, with the Knights of Columbus, I'm that 4th degree. They call that faithful navigator guy. And our military, we do with the America First Responders, as you know. Without our military first supporting this country, we don't have first responders. We don't have liberties. We don't have freedoms, nothing. Just all the freedoms that we enjoy each and every day is thanks to our military. And there's not a day that goes by that I don't like to acknowledge what our military does for us.
Agreed. Agreed.
They my father was Navy. Yeah.
Okay.
World War II, I believe it was. Yeah. He was in the Navy on this ship, USS Little Rock. So, I've got a love for it, not only because my father served, but how many different men and women have served in this great honor to serve our country. And reading further on your, you got the Leonardo da Vinci Award by the Order of Sons of Italy. I remember when you got that. That was a big deal.
Thank you.
To get the Da Vinci Award from Order of Sons of Italy. Order Sons of Italy is the oldest national Italian-American organization, I guess, to date. They were still the oldest.
Yes.
And they started in New Haven, which is right next to where the Knights of Columbus started out, in New Haven.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, they're
Connecticut?
Connecticut.
Oh, I
They
didn't
both
know
started
that.
out there. Well, yeah, it would make sense kind of on the East Coast when the immigrants were coming in. Those organizations started.
Sure.
And Order Sons of Italy started out with that insurance, because Order Sons of Italy, a lot like the Knights of Columbus, they were always concerned about, life expectancy wasn't that long many years ago. And it wasn't that long ago, but years ago when people were coming here, there were all those different malarias and different illnesses and plagues that would strike like the breadwinner. Back then, the man went out and earned, and you raise your family, and mom would stay home and take care of the family, and a great job. And that's just like working, as far as I'm concerned. You have a homemaker. That's that's harder than going to work. And we need to respect the women that do stay home and take that as their career, we'll call it. You're raising the children. You're giving them the values. You're giving them everything they need, and you're there for them. Whenever they have either a mistake or something good, you're there for all of it. So, yeah, things were different in those days, so they had the insurance program. Order Sons of Italy no longer does that. but it was a way to be able to take care of the widows and the orphans. And I always hate that name, widow. It just, whatever. I guess there's no better way to say it because that depicts it so everybody understands it.
Yeah.
But it was a way to be able to make sure that the family continued on. But that was one heck. To get that Da Vinci Award, yeah, very, very pleased when you got that. Yeah, there again, you were at everything for the, for the Italian and, all the different communities, but the Italian-American community, I can't count the amounts of times that you've sang a performance, gave a free performance, supported what was out there. And that goes a long way. And then how about this? Humanitarian of the Year from the Italian-American Police Association. Again, another strong group of guys.
Yes.
And that had to feel good to get that. Humanitarian, That's quite a thing. You're too quiet over there, too humble.
No, that was. I remember that night. I had a wedding and the awards dinner the same night. Now, thank God they were both in Addison, because that's when the Alta Villa banquet hall was still in business, and then there was the other banquet hall, the one on Lake Street, not Fanuti's, but the one just off of Addison Road. But they're like 5 minutes away from each. I go to the wedding. I'd sing a set. I'd come back. I accepted the award. I go back to the wedding. I'd sing another set. I come back. I made a speech.
Yeah, back
what
and
a night that was.
The ping pong ball back and forth. Yeah.
But I didn't want to miss either one. So.
The Empress.
The Empress. Thank you, Dino.
Yeah.
The Empress.
I remember it. Yeah, I had, when I worked for Market Day, that's where we would have our Christmas parties.
Is that right?
Yeah. I don't know if it's still a banquet hall right now or not.
Yeah.
Is it?
Still.
Yeah. But yeah, that was really something. You had to go bouncing back and forth.
I didn't want to miss either one.
No, how could you? And that's how timing is, But there you are, you're receiving an award and you're trying to get in that moment. And, that's quite an award. You need to take that in and all the things that I've read off. And there's more than this, okay? I just picked out a couple of the highlights that I even knew of. And I was like, wow. And I didn't realize, especially the Da Vinci, that was really something.
Thank you.
But you've done so much in your career, and I just wish you continued success. I hope that you continue this. Your beautiful wife, Christina, I know she's the backbone to a lot of what goes on. I know this because you've mentioned it how many different times.
Yeah, she is.
But yeah, she and now working in the act with you, that's got to be something. Yeah, that you developed her into that.
Well,
together, but still.
This way, neither one of us are sitting home alone on a Saturday.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
How many years you been married now?
14.
Yeah?
14.
Great years. You made the right choice when you scooped her up fast.
I did. I did. I don't regret that at all.
No, absolutely not. Jack, you've got so many great things. If anybody wants to reach Jack, go to Jack Muccio, JackMiuccio.com. And that's just it. That's where you go to that's his website. You'll find all the events he's playing at. You'll read a lot of his different things that we talked about here today. It's all there in black and white for you. But Jack, I got to tell you, you're always a good guest. And I can't thank you enough for being here today because this is really a great thing. And you're going to come back again with Christina soon?
I definitely want to come back. I love it here.
Love to have you here for sure. Everybody, I was going to say Dino's Night Out. This was Out to Lunch with Jack and Dean. Matt McNeil allowed us to take his spot over here so we can have this beautiful interview, fit us in real quick. Jack's got to get back to work, and he's got another event he's got to go to tonight, and he's got one all weekend. Go to that website, jackmuccio.com. We put it on the screen. This will be on the YouTube for you to check it a little bit later. This is WRMN 1410, and we are right here in Studio 14 with Jack Muccio. And Jack, again, thank you so much for being here, and we will catch you next time. Next time, hopefully with Christina.
Absolutely.
All right, brother. Take care. Great seeing you. Great hearing you.
Do you own an annuity, either fixed rate, indexed, or variable? Are you paying high fees and getting low returns? If so, Annuity General would like you to have this free book to learn the pitfalls and mistakes of buying an annuity. The Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers contains the little-known truths about annuities. like how to help reduce your fees and increase retirement income. And it's free. That's right, free. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report just for calling. We researched over 1,000 annuities and summarized rates and benefits from financially strong insurers. You get annuity do's and don'ts for baby boomers and the annuity rate report, both absolutely free for calling Annuity General today. Hurry, supplies are limited. Call now.
800-760-1845. 800-760-1845. 800-760-1845. That's 800-760-1845.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 4 o'clock.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Sky Rizzi. Aurora University has launched a Bachelor of Science in Communication Sciences and Disorders to meet the growing demand for professionals in speech, language, and hearing care. The program prepares students for careers as speech-language pathologists or audiologists, offering hands-on training, clinical experience, and specialized tracks in neurodiversity or educational settings. Job prospects in these fields are strong, with expected growth rates of 15% for speech-language pathologists and 9% for audiologists through 2034, driven by an aging population and increased awareness of communication disorders. Students will gain practical skills through classroom exercises and real-world clinical placements, equipping them for advanced studies and professional practice. 19-year-old Darrell Lee Jr. appeared in Kendall County Court for the first time after being accused of fatally stabbing a delivery driver and wounding a maintenance worker at a Chick-fil-A in Oswego. During the hearing, Lee had an outburst claiming the court was killing him and was briefly removed from the room. The maintenance worker, with help from his mother, had subdued Lee despite his injuries. Lee faces multiple charges, including first-degree murder, attempted murder, armed robbery, and aggravated battery. A 37-year-old woman, Gail Gavednik, faces felony charges in Lake County after allegedly going on a drunken rampage in Wakanda and breaking into a man's home where she reportedly cooked 3 tacos with his food. Police say she was found intoxicated lying on a roadway after several incidents that evening, including harassing residents and attempting to climb on a car. The homeowner returned from work to find his home ransacked with food, trash, and clothing scattered throughout. Gavednik, who was already on pretrial release for previous felony charges in Will County, has been ordered detained as court proceedings continue. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
As a fan, you know all the important sports cliches. And when you save money by bundling your home and auto with Progressive, you can get out there and give it 110%, even though that's mathematically impossible. And remember, failure is not an option. Well, it's always an option, just not a good one. But you're not worried because you've got ice in your veins. You're on fire. How can both of those things be true at the same time? Well, that's between you and your doctor. So get out there and leave it all on the field. Leave what? Who cares? Just leave it and save with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states or situations.
From the pages of the Elgin newspapers of 100 years ago today, these are the headlines brought to you by the Elgin History Museum.
I am Tricia Grosser, and this is Elgin 100 years ago, October 24th. Many options for entertainment are advertised in the daily news of that day. At the top of the headlines are, playing at the Rialto Theater is Constance Talmadge, who is booked for a 4-day run in Her Sister from Paris, the new and charming domestic comedy drama just produced for the First National by Joseph M. Schrank. The story puts the movie's most engaging star in a new role. It shows her as a loving wife of an undemonstrative husband who is also afflicted with fits of temperament. She undertakes to tame him and to educate him into manifesting his unquestionable love for her. To do so, she impersonates her gay and somewhat wayward twin sister from Paris. Ronald Colman has the principal male role, and supporting players include such prominent names as George K. Arthur and Margaret Mann. Playing at the Croc.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. This afternoon, partly sunny with a high near 54, temperatures falling to around 52. Tonight, a slight chance of rain showers after 7 p.m., partly cloudy with a low around 34. Tomorrow, a chance of rain showers, partly sunny with a high near 48. Currently, it is 52 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
We know exactly what you're not thinking about right now. Wiper blades. But now that you are, take a moment to think about how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America. Why? Because Rain-X thinks about wiper blades all the time. We obsess, so you don't have to. Simply install our blades and then think about literally anything else. So choose Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blades, and then go back to not thinking about wiper blades. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
It's Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and LifeLock is here with tips to help protect your identity. Use strong passwords, set up multi-factor authentication on your accounts, report phishing, and update your software on all your devices. And for comprehensive identity protection, LifeLock is your best choice. LifeLock not only alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information, but also fixes identity theft, guaranteed, or your money back. So stay smart, stay safe, and stay protected with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use the promo code BECK. Terms do apply.
Searching for a financial partner that truly has your best interest at heart? Join KCT Credit Union, where they're more than just a bank. They're a not-for-profit financial cooperative. KCT members are owners, meaning profits go back to you in the form of lower loan rates, higher savings rates, and fewer fees. Experience personalized service that puts you first. Become a part of KCT, where your financial well-being is their top priority. Visit kctcu.org. Each account insured up to $250,000 by member's choice. This institution is not federally insured.
And good day to our friends around the world. It is Free Speech Friday here on a political talk show, but it is something else. We abide here. The dude abides. Yes, that's right. It is Halloween time. I hope you're out there getting some of the trick-or-treating done. Most of these municipalities and things are going all the way till 7 tonight. So please, be safe out there and get lots and lots of candy. Say hi to some of the people you don't normally say hi to, right? We see our neighbors maybe doing some landscaping, or maybe we see them as they drive by and pull into their driveway, or different things that are like that. But we never get a chance to really say hi and check in with them. Now's a great time to do it. You're already outside in this beautiful weather. Yeah, it's a little chilly, but you know, it's not wet. It's not crazy windy. It's not super cold, but please make sure you bundle up. So for this Free Speech Friday, we've got David Tees on his way over to talk with me, and this is what I want to talk with you about today. We are going to talk about the spookiest things that are in our political discourse right now, and that is, of course, conspiracy theories. All kinds of people jump in. Thank you, Matt. Matt coming in with my White Russian is here. Thank you. Yes, check out The Big Lebowski. Fantastic movie. I am dressed as the dude. I even brought my my box of milk to make sure I can add it to my my White Russians over here. But anyway, I want you to talk to me, give me a call, all kinds of different things, because we're going to talk about just conspiracy theories in general. I've got a few of them that I want to talk about. The Mandela effect, also flat Earth, maybe some chemtrails and things, because we always talk about things that are the objective truth here on a political talk show. So we want to talk about things that maybe live in the shadows, stuff that we speculate, or things that go on from there. Give us a call, 847-931-1410. If you know, maybe you believe, maybe the truth is out there somewhere for you. But let me first welcome you in Apolitical Talk Show. We try to keep everything above board, right? This isn't normally what we talk about, conspiracy theories or anything like that. We like to talk about different topics that are in the news, but kind of news adjacent. Like, yes, we can sit here and rattle off headlines. I can also sit here and give you your 15 minutes of hate the other side, and et cetera, et cetera. But you know what? You can find that so many other places. Go and search for it. It's easy. You don't even have to search for it. A lot of times it's just kind of delivered to you. So what we try to do here is go a little bit deeper into maybe the psychology of it, or let's talk a little bit about how the culture shifts between different news cycles for things, or even different people. We see a lot of our politicians say one thing, and then less than maybe a couple weeks later, we're saying something different. So we're seeing if maybe Cecilia will come in too. Everybody is all over the place because of the holiday. So we're going to try to get a little bit more into it. I'm getting some text messages about who's coming, who's not coming, who's jumping in, all of those different things. If you want to join the conversation, you can always head on over to YouTube. That's youtube.com. You can find us at WRMN Radio, and you can see our entire live stream. It starts at 6 o'clock in the morning with the morning show, and we'll go all the way until we pretty much end with either my show or with Big Top Sports with Derek Geyer. That's over there on YouTube. You can always check that out. 24 hours. And when we've got great guests, like we just had Isaiah Grass on for Dino's Night Out, that interview is already on its way to YouTube right now. So check us out. If you ever miss anything over on the radio side, you can always find it archived over on YouTube. So let's first talk a little bit about what we're going to talk about today. When we get the Free Speech Friday panel in, we're going to talk about some of this. I'd like to hear David Tease's thoughts on the moon landing, right? It's one of the classics. Did we land on the moon? Did we not land on the moon? I mean, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's almost a cultural thing to say that you don't believe in the moon landing, or right? It's like a cliche. I bet you don't believe we landed on the moon. Well, adherents maintain that the Apollo 11 mission and subsequent lunar landings from 1969 to 72 were actually staged by NASA to secure U.S. prestige during the Cold War. Of course, we want to win the space race, right? And getting to the moon and landing on the moon, planting a flag on a moon, that got us in the lead. According to this view, the landings were filmed on Earth. Some people say in a desert or on a sound stage, possibly under the creative direction of Stanley Kubrick himself. Alleged inconsistencies include the U.S. flag's apparent waving in a vacuum. How does a flag wave in a vacuum? The absence of stars in the lunar photographs. Taking pictures, where's all the stars? Isn't space so bright out there? And divergent shadow angles implying that there was studio lighting. These are all things that they've said. These are all things that they say are the reason why we can't believe we landed on the moon. But physical evidence of over 382 kilograms of lunar rock and soil have returned to Earth and is distributed to international laboratories. Not even just the U.S., right? Sent it out internationally to other different places. Their composition and microcratering and lack of water are consistent with extraterrestrial, not terrestrial origin. Soviet tracking stations, as well as numerous amateur radio operators worldwide, recorded telemetry from the Apollo missions in real time. I mean, we can point a telescope out and see a star billions of light years away, but we can't track something that's going to the moon? Come on. It would have been technologically impossible to falsify these transmissions globally, right? Because it came from up in the sky, especially in 1969. And of course, okay, maybe we talk about the flag movement or anything else, but the movement was a result for the inertia in the vacuum. The flag's crossbar kept it extended, so it didn't just droop down. And the absence of stars is due to the camera exposure setting designed for bright lunar surface, not the little stars out in the distance. The Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter images, 2009 and onward, show landing sites, descent stages, and of course, rover tracks precisely where NASA data predicted it would be. So the moon hoax thesis collapses under just a little bit of cross confirmation across physics, geochemistry, and even independent observation. Yet it endures because it dramatizes the suspicion that mass media can simulate reality, man. Stick around. We've got more Apolitical Talk Show talking all about conspiracy theories. If you've got one, I see somebody on line one already there. When we come back, we'll jump to them and we'll talk about some others. Chemtrails, are they controlling the weather, man? All kinds of different things. Strap in with as much aluminum as you can fit in your hat with more Apolitical Talk Show.
Is diabetes keeping you from enjoying life's special moments? At US Med, we understand the challenges you face, and we're here to help.
With US Med, I can finally manage my diabetes without it managing me.
US Med offers a wide range of services to simplify your diabetes care. Personalized care plans, convenient access to cutting-edge diabetes tech, and knowledgeable support. Plus, we'll check your insurance so your diabetes care may be covered at little or no cost to you.
With US Med, I feel confident and control of my diabetes. I can finally live my life to the fullest.
Don't let diabetes hold you back. Choose US Med and experience better birthdays, better adventures, better anniversaries, and better everything. Call now. US Med. Better service, better care. 800-785-1673. 800-785-1673. 800-785-1673. That's 800-785-1673.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Severe from Vicks.
Sinex Severe nasal spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Severe instantly relieves nasal congestion and works 6 times faster than nasal decongestant tablets. The 12 hours of relief allow you to get back to the moments that matter without congestion.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Try Sinex Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
I know we're at an at-will state, but for making a comment, like, hey, your hair looks good. And then I got a call from HR saying, hey, you know what? You're under investigation. Do I have any recourse?
Were you fired?
No, not yet.
The problem, Eddie, is they can fire you for any reason they want. They literally can wake up in the morning and say, you know what? I'm a little bored this morning. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to fire Eddie for no reason. Yep, he can do that. Yeah, that's California. Yep, welcome.
Handle on the Law. If you're injured and need a lawyer, go to handleonthelaw.com.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough. But if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's Association provides care, support, and research to help you take control of the situation with your family and manage the disease together. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Back to a political talk show here on WRMN. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a part of the show. We really appreciate that. A few different ways that you can do that is over at YouTube, youtube.com. You can jump into the live stream chat that's on there. You can also like, subscribe, hit that alert bell, all kinds of different things that are over there. You can also send us a text, 505-926-1410. I'd love to see those Halloween costumes. I've got mine on. I'm dressed as the dude from The Big Lebowski. Again, like I said earlier today, I am surprised of how easy it was to put it together. It must be the fact that I need a haircut. So thanks for being here for a political talk show. Let's go ahead and bring in our traffic correspondent. He is in the two-wheeled helicopter that he calls his truck. Hey, Mr. David Tees, how are you, sir?
There's a conspiracy going on here in Kane County because I think they let everybody go home off of work early, and the traffic's so backed up that the kids ain't going to get their candy because we're all stuck in traffic. We can't pass it out.
That's what it seems like. Even south of Big Timber here in the area over on Randall Road, going south, that is backed up quite a bit. Don't forget that there's also a whole bunch of construction that's going on. There's also looks like there's an accident with various lanes closed on 31 as you're getting into the highway over there. So there's quite a few things that are happening, man, since everybody's out on the streets.
Yeah, it's maybe Friday night, Halloween night. Everybody's racing to go to the parties, go out to dinner, and taking off work early. It seems like trick-or-treaters are running around. But, yeah, I know for a fact that Randall Road both ways go from, like, 20 all the way to 72, and I don't know, beyond. My buddy cut me off at that. But that's all backed up, both lanes, wall-to-wall cars. Coombs Road from Big Timber to Route 20, and that's as far as, well, it goes into Plank Road. That's just one line of cars from one point to 20 to the other line of everybody heading southbound. 20, a lot of people are getting to 20 heading east or west. It's a mess. It's a mess everywhere out here. So,
McLean going north from Stearns as well looks a little tight. So Please still be careful out there, everybody. And then you also got 31 over there at South Elgin, where you get that bend over by Quarry Street, and the Molding Services Group. Don't forget, there's also that construction that is definitely holding up traffic over there on 20 and where 31 come together. So if you are still trying to rush home to send out some of that candy or walk around with the littles, you still got some time. Most municipalities are up until 7 or so, and so you've still got some time to get people out. You still got some time, so please be safe while you're driving out there, buddy.
Yeah, and I'm on my way down there, but hey, if you don't make it home in time, that's more candy for you. That's the way I look at it.
That's right. Hey, you got Jacob going out and looking for that stuff for you tonight, right?
Yeah, he's out there. So, and I got like 400 pieces of candy to pass out. Well, Samantha's home. She had today. U46 is off of school today. So,
wow!
Teacher Institute Day, and they, so the kids have got an early start. We have noticed that around 3:00, and 2:30, 3:00, they're already out pounding the streets.
Oh, so, getting a little early head start on that.
Yeah. So Jacob had a day off of school. And he's, so he's probably out there early. So
sounds like you spent the whole day researching which candy to get at then, right? That's the way to do it. Well, I'll see you when you get in here, buddy. But first, what about the moon landing?
Well, the only thing I can actually honestly say about the moon landing, why don't we get in a shuttle or something that one of Elon Musk's rockets, let's go there and check it out ourselves. Let's see if the flag's there. I mean, the only way we're going to know if it's true or not, why don't we go and land on the moon again?
They did put up, so if you point a laser at a certain point in the moon, they put reflectors up there so that you can actually send your laser back down at you. It's a really, really cool thing for the reflectors, just so they use it to like continuously measure distance. They kind of just put it up there for everybody and left it up there. So I don't know. There's quite a few things that everybody, but I mean, this is the staple, right? And when somebody calls you crazy, they usually start with the moon landing, right? Oh, I bet you don't think we landed on the moon either, right?
Well, they call me crazy because I believe we landed on the moon,
Exactly. Well, the other things that I've seen out there that we're going to talk about and get part of are going to be chemtrails, some flat earth the revival of that coming around, flat earthing. And then the boss lady swears up and down that this is a real thing, and that's the Mandela effect. So, man, we've got a few more things left here to knock in and get out of our system on this spooky night here on WRMN. This is a political talk show. I'm talking with David Tease, who is stuck in traffic on his way over. We'll see you all on the other side. Hey, I'll stick around and hop in, Dave. What's up?
I just saw Elvis in a Tesla.
Elvis in a Tesla?
Yeah, I know.
You got to stop sleeping at the wheel, brother. We see.
Is he dead or is he not dead? I mean, come on.
Time
Elvis
machines. See, this is the next thing. Don't build a time machine out of a DeLorean. Build it out of a Tesla. We'll see you guys on the other side.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Centos. 19-year-old Darrell Lee Jr. appeared in Kendall County Court for the first time after being accused of fatally stabbing a delivery driver and wounding a maintenance worker at a Chick-fil-A in Oswego. During the hearing, Lee had an outburst claiming the court was killing him and was briefly removed from the room. The maintenance worker, with help from his mother, had subdued Lee despite his injuries. Lee faces multiple charges, including first-degree murder, attempted murder, armed robbery, and aggravated battery. A 37-year-old woman, Gail Gavednik, faces felony charges in Lake County after allegedly going on a drunken rampage in Wakanda and breaking into a man's home where she reportedly cooked 3 tacos with his food. Police say she was found intoxicated lying on a roadway after several incidents that evening, including harassing residents and attempting to climb on a car. The homeowner returned from work to find his home ransacked with food, trash, and clothing scattered throughout. Gavednik, who was already on pretrial release for previous felony charges in Will County, has been ordered detained as court proceedings continue. Aurora University has launched a Bachelor of Science in Communication Sciences and Disorders to meet the growing demand for professionals in speech, language, and hearing care. The program prepares students for careers as speech-language pathologists or audiologists, offering hands-on training, clinical experience, and specialized tracks in neurodiversity or educational settings. Job prospects in these fields are strong, with expected growth rates of 15% for speech-language pathologists and 9% for audiologists through 2034, driven by an aging population and increased awareness of communication disorders. Students will gain practical skills through classroom exercises and real-world clinical placements, equipping them for advanced studies and professional practice. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
At Bank of America, we asked our teammates, what makes this company a great place to work?
There's very little that you can't accomplish working for Bank of America.
If you prove yourself, you can try over in a totally new way.
You can learn so much here. You're the owner of your career.
See how our teammates are growing in their careers at bankofamerica.com/great place to work. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America. Proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
With Progressive, it's easy to reach customer service with our app, website, chat, or by phone. Because when getting help is hard, it's not help at all.
Little help. A little help over here.
Thank you for calling Bench Press Assistance.
What?
Due to excessive gym volume, all available spotters are currently lifting heavy weights off the chests of other bench pressers.
Seriously?
Please continue to hold, and we will remove the barbell from your chest in the order in which your cry for help was received.
Getting assistance should be easy. With Progressive, it is. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
For nearly 50 years, the DuPage Senior Citizens Council and Kane Senior Council have been dedicated to serving seniors in DuPage and Kane counties. Established in 1975, the DuPage Senior Citizens Council is a volunteer-driven 501c3 non-for-profit organization committed to helping older adults live with dignity. From providing nutritious meals to offering support services, the Kane Senior Council is there every step of the way. With programs designed to enhance independence and quality of life, they're proud to make a difference in the lives of their senior neighbors. To learn more or to volunteer, visit them at 418B Airport Road in Elgin or head to their website at caneseniorcouncil.org. Give them a call at 630-338-0999. That's 630-338-0999. That's the Kane Senior Council, caring for seniors because they deserve to live with dignity and respect. Visit caneseniorcouncil.org or call 630-338-0999 today.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. This afternoon, partly sunny with a high near 52. Wind gusts up to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, a slight chance of rain showers after 7 p.m., partly cloudy with a low around 34. Tomorrow, a chance of rain showers, partly sunny with a high near 48. Currently, it is 51 and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Rain-X wipers are the #1 wiper blades in America. That means all kinds of drivers choose Rain-X. Big drivers in small cars choose Rain-X. Small drivers in big cars choose Rain-X. Drivers with long hair and short commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with short hair and long commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with pets on board, babies on board, and bored babies on board choose Rain-X. Basically, drivers who love a clear view of the road all choose Rain-X wipers, the #1 wiper blades in America.
Welcome back to a political talk show here on WRMN. My name is Dennis Sonar Green. It's nice to meet you. If you are a regular for the show, we don't normally talk conspiracy theories or things like that. And if we do, we always, we're going to take it from that objective fact type of thing. It's weird to think of speculation, right? When we talk about, oh, did they do this? Or what did they mean for that? And what if they did that? And all the other craziness that's out there. Don't be alarmed with how I'm dressed. It is Halloween, and the dude abides. Also, the reason that I did this was because the dude in the robe and just the pajamas and all of that, it's almost the same getup that people that lean into these conspiracy theories have, or at least the stereotype that we put out there, right? Aliens, man. It's out there. You don't even know. Yeah, we can go into actual conspiracies. We can talk about Project Mockingbird or any of the other stuff that's out there. But that's where those are tangible things. They happen. They're there. They're not a theory or anything like that. They're not the spooky who did what's it. Yes, we do have sometimes nefarious organizations, J. Edgar Hoover's, FBI, McCarthyism, things like that. We talk about it here or there. And this is where the conspiracies in reality and everything else is why we get the legitimacy or get whatever else, that kernel of truth. And so when we talk about chemtrails, or we talk about the Mandela effect, or we talk about all of this, it's almost group hypnosis to the point where we're all kind of putting it in there. Let's talk about let's bring the flat Earth side. Let's still keep it light. Despite centuries of astronomical consensus, contemporary flat Earth asserts that the planet is a flat disk and it is enclosed by a dome. They call it the firmament. And it is often surrounded by an Arctic ice wall. That's what keeps the oceans inside, right? Space agencies, airlines, governments are all allegedly conspiring to conceal the truth for financial or even ideological reasons. Visual evidence such as level horizon or the lack of perceived curvature is the proof that we all need. Your lying eyes, they're going to get you. That's what you're going to believe. You're going to believe that scientist? Or did you look out over the ocean? I didn't see a curve. Of course, we've got objective facts to everything. Astronomical geometry. The spherical Earth is demonstratable via circumnavigation, satellite imagery, and consistent curvature of the horizon relative to altitude. Ancient, modern, all kinds of experiments. Eratosthenes, the shadow measurement, and we've got modern GPS, satellite, all of it, yield consistent results only if Earth is roughly spherical. This spookiness is not in the claim, but in the nihilism that it represents. The horror of a world where no shared reality could be trusted, not even the curvature of our own planet, Mr. David Tees.
Yes, I am here. I made it. Sorry, I'm not wearing costume.
Oh, you're okay.
Traffic was just too much. I mean, we were at the county clerk's office filing my petitions to be on the ballot.
Awesome. It is filing week, isn't it?
Yes, it is filing week. My mom went down there, too. She's going to be on the ballot as a PC. And I'm going to re-up for PC. And, so this is going to be her first time being on a ballot and being elected. So she's a little excited.
Congratulations.
I know.
That'll be fun. Please tell me you've seen The Big Lebowski before.
Yes, I have.
Okay, thank you. You like 50% of the people I've talked to today had no idea. They thought I was just a regular bum.
Yeah. It looking that way right now, but I like the costume. You put it together very well, and you got
I brought my cream.
Yeah. Got his milk. Or
there's
is that like a soy
here,
milk?
Man. No, this is one of those shelf stable guys. I got to see which one it is.
Was that what he drank? Like that type of stuff?
No, he had he did cream, like half and half.
Oh, half and half?
Yeah, because it was a White Russian. So you got Kahlua, you got Bailey's, and then and then I think
okay. Yeah, I never paid attention to what he drank, but it was a movie, a lot of language in it.
Oh yes.
A lot of language.
My goodness, there's a lot in it. The Eagles, man. But anyway, all kinds of different things. And thank you for at least knowing what we got. So, so what do you think about conspiracies? Do you think it's just one of those things that's just like a culture type of thing? Like we all know that vampires drink blood, just like we all know that you're crazy if you don't think we landed on the moon or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Is it just one of those things that we all just kind of brush off, or sometimes is it serious?
Our minds like to wander, don't they? Conspiracies I think to me, I'm not like one of those people, okay? But conspiracies to me, I guess it makes it exciting, mysterious, adventurous. Is it real? Is it not? Like I just said, is like people say, is Elvis alive or is Elvis dead? You know,
that's true. That's what you're saying.
Yeah,
or did he just go home?
Yeah, just go home. Men in Black. Yeah, Elvis went home. Yeah, and the Men in Black. That's another conspiracy out there too.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of conspiracies, and you know what? I think it's a market. Do you think it's a marketing idea
to a certain extent? I think it is. We got to have something in culture, right? We don't have a lot of mythos anymore, other than just repeating the same Peter Pan and Rapunzel and whatever other grim fantasy stuff we want to do. But I mean, the way I look at it is, I think it's one of those terminating thoughts that we have. Like, you know, when everything gets so bad and we just go, you know what? It is what it is.
Yep.
Like we have to stop. Otherwise we're just going to keep going. I think the world and the universe in general is so big, so confusing, so just always moving and changing that I think conspiracy theories of going, well, the chaos has to be controlled by somebody, I think is kind of like one of those coping mechanisms that we have to have.
Yeah.
This world cannot be all of these things and also be random, right? We have to go, there's something behind it, whether it's a cabal or it's a corporate overtake or any of this stuff. Now, here's where maybe you do have a cabal or maybe you do have a corporate overtaking of things. Is this where maybe like calling somebody a conspiracy theorist, they're able to kind of throw up a smokescreen and say, yeah, I wasn't bribing that that politician. It's a conspiracy.
Right. Yep. There you go.
Screen.
Yeah, it's a conspiracy. Everything's a conspiracy. But back onto that's how you create a delusion or a delusion that is not real. And then people just say, oh, well, it's a conspiracy and it's not real. So, and then they forget it and they move on with their lives. The biggest topics are, and like I said, I actually personally think that, once again, we said this on it's a marketing idea because you sell more books, you have more movies, more toys. I mean, you know, more toys out there too. I mean, something like the Loch Ness Monster or the Bigfoot, you know, the people like to buy those books and read it. Is it true or is it not? Is this guy's opinion real or is it not? Is this his views? And people want to absorb all the information on one conspiracy and then they move on to the next one.
It's kind of like the shows that we always see too. Like they take it off of that mythos, they take it off of the urban legend side of it, and they're like, oh, hold on. And they're like, let's make a franchise out of it. Let's chase Bigfoot. Let's chase a ghost. Let's find Loch Ness Monster.
Right.
And so, and that's what you're saying is that it's a way to kind of build another market and build another type of, but again, it's back to that cultural type of side. And that's where like you get Men in Black or you get maybe The Librarians or like anything that was put on sci-fi in the 90s. So it's, or I guess not the early 2000s rather, but I know I absolutely understand it. And I think where it gets dangerous is where it starts entering real life and we start making decisions based off of conspiracy theories, right? We start going, well, you know what? Maybe I don't buy that product because it's big evil corp or what have you. Or at the end of the day, maybe there is big evil corp or big evil politician person. It's do your own research even. Yeah. And then now who am I? I'm back to the conspiracy guy.
Exactly.
Do your own research, David Tease.
I should. Well, and you brought this up as I was listening to it here on my way in here, the chem streams that people talk. I don't know if you want to talk about it now.
A lot of people talk about that.
Yeah, a lot of people talk about that. But to me, my personal opinion is no government or military person is going to get into a jet and spray chemicals all over, first of all, Americans and his own family. Okay, and I try to tell people those are hot jet engines in a very cold atmosphere going through the sky, and it's creating steam trails. Yeah. They're not chemtrails; they're steam. And there's probably everybody going to start chiming in. Boy, he's full of crap. You know.
Nope. Here, this is why I brought it up today. So here it is: atmospheric science of the whole thing, right? Contrails form when hot, humid exhaust mixes with cold air at high altitude. It creates ice crystals. The variability in their persistence depends on the humidity and the temperature, not on the chemical composition. So based off of the weather and how much is in there, how little is in there, et cetera, analysis of air and soil samples near flight paths constantly show no chemical deposition. So here's the other thing you always hear, right, is the HARP side of it, the High Frequency Active Oral Research Program that controls the weather.
Oh, yeah, that one.
It is accused of manipulating weather patterns, inducing earthquakes, or controlling human behavior via electromagnetic waves. Here is HARP's actual function.
Okay.
It transmits radio waves to study atmospheric physics, specifically to improve communication and radar technologies. Its output power is only 3.6 megawatts. It is minuscule compared to natural phenomena like lightning or even solar radiation that, comes from that big bright thing in the sky. So this is the thing, is the atmosphere and the different change that we're forcing things in, changes into the chemtrails or contrails or whatever you want to call them. And then HARP is really just researching the same thing that I'm doing right now on the radio dial, pumping energy into the atmosphere that you are stuck in traffic listening to right
now. But I don't believe a word you're saying right now. You're just, you know what? You're feeding me with lies, Sonar. I believe that those are chemicals up there and they can control the weather. You know, this stuff that you're telling me is what the government wants you to tell us.
What if I dressed like this? The same thing. I get the dark shaded glasses and sit in maybe a dark basement and just like lean into the web camera and be like, chemtrails, let me tell you the science behind it real quick. Big chemtrail ain't gonna listen.
No.
It's really just hot human exhaust creating ice crystals. Shh.
Yeah, don't tell nobody.
Don't tell nobody. I don't know. I don't know if people are ready for that type of content. So, is there any conspiracy theory that you hear out there that you're just like, this is crazy, this is silly? Because the one for me is the Mandela effect. That's the one where it's the one where names of collective false memories, right?
Mm-hmm.
Most famously, Nelson Mandela died in prison in the 1980s rather than in 2013. Proponents argue that these discrepancies indicate not cognitive error, but shifts between parallel realities. The CERN, the Large Hadron Collider, is frequently accused of causing these shifts in the dimensions, either opening dimensional portals or altering timelines since it was turned on in the early 2010s. So false memories like, let's see if we can find some. The Monopoly guy.
Yeah.
Right? Some people say he wore a monocle. So like growing up, did the Monopoly guy have a monocle for you when you were?
No, I don't ever recall seeing that. Did you?
No, I don't. I didn't play Monopoly. I despise Monopoly.
Really?
It is the absolute worst board game in the entire world. It's too close to home. It's too close to what we have to live every single day.
Well, yeah, that's true.
I would not like to play a board game like that. Okay, Darth Vader, right?
Yeah.
He's got Luke Skywalker out there on the end. What does he say to Skywalker? What does he say?
I am your father.
But what is he? The whole line? Just I am
God,
your
Lord,
father?
I didn't pay
Does he
attention.
say?
I was so little.
Does he say, Luke, I am your father, or no, I am your father?
Luke, I am your father.
See, that's the Mandela effect. He says, no, I am your father. Where I heard Luke, I am your father is Tommy Boy, where he's talking in the fan.
Mm-hmm.
Luke, I am your father. Because I think we remember that more than we remember, because that's where the reference is.
Right.
See, this is what demonstrates the Mandela effect, is we remember something collectively wrong. So every time that we say it, or every time that we throw it into our language or in our conversation, we always remember it the wrong way together, and we laugh and all of that. So Snow White, right?
Yeah.
The mirror that's there. What does the wicked queen say to the mirror?
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?
Right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought too.
Right?
It is magic mirror on the wall. Yeah. That's what it says, but we always attribute it to mirror, mirror on the wall, right?
Yeah. You're taking my childhood away right
That's
now.
what I mean. Not me. This is the Large Hadron Collider.
I guess so. I mean, yeah.
But that's what I mean is there's a lot of people that do that. The boss lady swears the Fruit of the Loom logo, right?
Yeah.
What was behind the fruit? Nothing or a cornucopia?
Nothing.
Yeah. There's nothing behind there, but there's an entire generation of people like millennials and things that swear there was a cornucopia behind it.
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't know. It's one of those things that, like, are they collectively wrong? Did we jump parallel universes? I don't know.
It's kind of like when you watch somebody rob somebody and an officer says, "Do you got a description of them?" And 3 people give 3 different descriptions of them, and they can't recall because it happened so fast. And it's almost like it's a same thing to that in a way. But yeah, like you say, now you got me wondering. I don't have Fruit of the Loom, so I'm never going to be able to look at that.
There you go. No, my underwear just says Thursday. False memories are well-documented psychological phenomenon. Memory is reconstructive. It's prone to confabulation and cultural suggestion, right? I mean, we saw Tommy Boy. Tommy Boy says, "Luke, I am your father," and we remember that because it's a much funnier movie.
Yeah,
honestly. It is. Shared misinformation easily produces collective misremembering. The physics of the LHC, well, CERN collider accelerates protons to high energies for particle physics research, but its total energy output, roughly 13 TeV per particle, whatever, looks like tetravolts per particle, is microscopically small and insufficient to alter space-time or open portals.
Yeah.
And there's been no astronomical observations, physical constraints, or digital archives to show any of the discontinued of the consistent shifting. So I don't know. It's another one of those things that you never know what's happening within the I mean, the multiverse.
Hippie J right now has got a lot of comments. He's voicing his opinion about everything.
What do we got, Hippie J? Let me pull it up over here.
Yeah, I know. One of the first thing is before you get it up there, the Earth isn't flat. Period.
No, definitely not. It is very round.
Nobody's ever drove off the end of the Earth, right?
No.
The old phrase, he just fell off the face of the Earth. You know, how did that happen? The internet just helped the conspiracies blow up to a whole another level. He's probably right with that. And there'll probably be a lot more new ones coming on up here. And then he's got on there, people be watching too much Hollywood movies, harp, with emoji on there. And then he's got Luke, and then pretty tippy peace sign stuff. So Hippie J is voiceful tonight.
That's it. Hey, thanks for popping over there. Make sure you leave that like as well. He has jumped the rank as well. He's at number 3 for the chat by getting that boost out there.
Oh, yeah.
So Brendan, I think, is still sitting at number 1 as always.
He says 33 AI Atlas, new big conspiracy.
Is the new big conspiracy? Is the AI stuff?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that is. I would have to say that.
What's that one?
The conspiracy that AI is going to take over the world.
Oh,
and,
yeah, the singularity? Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's not so much a conspiracy as much of like a theory that if we keep going down the path that we're going now. They say this is the latest thing to scare everybody for the AI stuff. First off, they say and this is the research that's happened. Let me give you my sources real quick.
Yeah.
This is from OpenAI and from the Sam Altman fellow who started it. So they say by 2027, over a third of the people that have access to AI will treat an AI as a friend.
Oh, yeah.
2027. They will have a friend that is an AI that is just as valuable a relationship as anybody else. They also say about that time, if we do not make a constraint on the growth that's happening with AI, about that time is when AI will be able to self-replicate and repair.
It's already doing it.
That's the spot.
Yeah.
So
I see people using AI to answer questions, even on a phone conversation now. And I've seen people at meetings with their laptop and somebody's asking questions, they're looking up and they're using AI to get their answers. And it seems like now, you think to me, like, is it going to be a conspiracy that eventually AI will be take control of our thoughts and what we have to say? Or is that just a conspiracy?
I don't know. I think it's a concern.
Yeah.
The same direction of like when our grandpappies were like, when we start using these calculators, people are going to stop learning math.
Yeah.
Right? And now we have, Common Core to do it a little bit faster. But you're right. People can't do math as well as they could before.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things, it's called the Google effect. If I know that I can look up that information at any time, I don't need to retain it.
You're right.
So, and I'll tell you about movies too. They found out that you don't remember the movie as much if you stream it versus actually putting it into the machine.
Really?
Pretty neat. Yeah.
We'll talk about that.
More Apolitical Talk Show coming up. I hope you're having a great time out there trick-or-treating. Remember, we've still got maybe another, 2 hours here in Elgin? It goes to 7, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it does. Yeah,
Sure does.
7. Mm-hmm.
Stick around for more.
Kick off your weekend with a little flair. It's Dino's Night Out, every Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. on WRMN 1410 AM. Dino brings you the best of the Fox Valley's entertainment scene. Live music, local artists, street festivals, great eats, and the personalities behind them. If it's happening, Dino's talking about it. And bringing the spotlight is none other than the legendary Arcada Theater, located at 105 East Main Street in St. Charles. Catch dinner, drinks, and a show, all under one historic roof. So whether you're making plans or just love to know what's hot, make it a date with Dino's Night Out, Fridays, 2 to 4 p.m. on WRMN 1410 AM, or stream it live at WRMN1410.com. Dino's Night Out, powered by the Arcada Theater, where Fox Valley comes to play.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410 Elgin time.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Rain X. A 37-year-old woman, Gail Gavednik, faces felony charges in Lake County after allegedly going on a drunken rampage in Wakanda and breaking into a man's home where she reportedly cooked 3 tacos with his food. Police say she was found intoxicated lying on a roadway after several incidents that evening, including harassing residents and attempting to climb on a car. The homeowner returned from work to find his home ransacked with food, trash, and clothing scattered throughout. Gavednik, who was already on pretrial release for previous felony charges in Will County, has been ordered detained as court proceedings continue. Aurora University has launched a Bachelor of Science in Communication Sciences and Disorders to meet the growing demand for professionals in speech, language, and hearing care. The program prepares students for careers as speech-language pathologists or audiologists, offering hands-on training, clinical experience, and specialized tracks in neurodiversity or educational settings. Job prospects in these fields are strong, with expected growth rates of 15% for speech-language pathologists and 9% for audiologists through 2034, driven by an aging population and increased awareness of communication disorders. Students will gain practical skills through classroom exercises and real-world clinical placements, equipping them for advanced studies and professional practice. 19-year-old Darrell Lee Jr. appeared in Kendall County Court for the first time after being accused of fatally stabbing a delivery driver and wounding a maintenance worker at a Chick-fil-A in Oswego. During the hearing, Lee had an outburst claiming the court was killing him and was briefly removed from the room. The maintenance worker, with help from his mother, had subdued Lee despite his injuries. Lee faces multiple charges, including first-degree murder, attempted murder, armed robbery, and aggravated battery. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Progressive's Auto Quote Explorer lets you easily compare direct rates from different insurance companies, so you can be confident you're getting the right one, even if it's not with Progressive. Way more confident than you were when you tried online gaming. Who knew 12-year-old boys could be so mean? And where did they learn to swear like that? 2 hours of losing to these underage trash talkers, and you're starting to question if maybe you really should stick to pickleball and other boomer stuff. So use Progressive's Auto Quote Explorer and be confident you're getting insurance that's right for you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
From the pages of the Elgin newspapers of 100 years ago today, these are the headlines brought to you by the Elgin History Museum.
I am Tricia Grosser, and this is Elgin 100 years ago, October 24th. Many options for entertainment are advertised in the daily news of that day. At the top of the headlines are, playing at the Rialto Theater is Constance Talmadge, who is booked for a 4-day run in Her Sister from Paris, the new and charming domestic comedy drama just produced for the First National by Joseph M. Schrank. The story puts the movie's most engaging star in a new role. It shows her as a loving wife of an undemonstrative husband who is also afflicted with fits of temperament. She undertakes to tame him and to educate him into manifesting his unquestionable love for her. To do so, she impersonates her gay and somewhat wayward twin sister from Paris. Ronald Colman has the principal male role, and supporting players include such prominent names as George K. Arthur and Margaret.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. This afternoon, partly sunny with a high near 52. Wind gusts up to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, a slight chance of rain showers after 7 p.m., partly cloudy with a low around 34. Tomorrow, a chance of rain showers, partly sunny with a high near 48. Currently, it is 51 and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Rain-X wipers are the #1 wiper blades in America. That means all kinds of drivers choose Rain-X. Big drivers in small cars choose Rain-X. Small drivers in big cars choose Rain-X. Drivers with long hair and short commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with short hair and long commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with pets on board, babies on board, and bored babies on board choose Rain-X. Basically, drivers who love a clear view of the road all choose Rain-X wipers. The #1.
A recent Gallup poll indicated that 38% of Americans are putting off health care because of financial concerns, the highest ever recorded. I'm Dr. Bob Martin, here to serve you every Sunday afternoon from 1 to 4. Millions of Americans are seeking health advice that will not cost an arm and a leg, so I offer health tips and advice absolutely free. Listen to my show, Sunday afternoons from 1 to 4 right here on WRMN, AM 1410 and 96.7 FM, the voice of the Valley.
Hey Bears fans, want your business heard during every heart-pounding moment of the game? WRMN 1410 is now offering in-game ad spots for Chicago Bears broadcasts. Be a part of the action as thousands of die-hard listeners tune in each week. Whether it's a touchdown, turnover, or a timeout, your message will be right there in the mix. Spots are limited and going fast. Call WRMN 1410 today at 847-741-7700 and score big with in-game advertising that delivers results. Get in the game with the Chicago Bears on WRMN AM 1410.
And good day to our friends around the world. This is a political talk show here on WRMN. That's WRMN 1410 on that AM dial, and also WRMN1410.com. That's the place to go to find out more information about, you guessed it, WRMN. My name is Dennis Sonar Green. It is Free Speech Friday, and I brought on my friend who is helping me hand out candy down here in downtown. That is the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. David Tees.
Hello.
Thank you very much for being here, sir.
Hey, love being here with you.
We still got lots of candy to hand out, out for everybody over here. We've also got Tootsie Rolls for those of you that need to stay away from peanuts and things like that.
Yeah, and they're not the small ones. They're
the
good
big
size.
guys,
Yeah, they're the big Tootsie Rolls, you know.
They're the good ones.
Yeah.
Especially for like little kids too. Like if you've got little babies, that's where like the circus peanuts and the Tootsie Rolls that they can hold on to and
yeah,
just gnaw on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that way it's not something that gets like like small pieces like M&Ms or anything like that. So the babies can still have some of those. I know I'm going to take some of the Tootsie Rolls home for Penny so she can have some.
They're kind of like those what were they? Gerber crackers for the little babies. They were thick, but they just gnaw and they get wet and they just start absorbing.
Like
they
the
got
wafers.
the teeth. Yeah, they got the teeth in there yet. The more they gnaw, the more it gets wet, and then they can absorb that moisture. That's like what a Tootsie Roll is, you know?
Fun for everybody, right?
Yeah.
You always got the, you ever remember the commercial for it too? The Mr. Owl and stuff like that.
That was for the Tootsie Pop.
Yeah, exactly.
How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll?
It's always 3, right?
Or Tootsie Pop, yeah. It was, 3. Well, 1, 2, and crunch 3.
That's it. Everything's a process in the world, man. Everything takes time. Everything is step by step on this. And that's why I brought you in today to talk about the process of jumping into the elections. It is filing week.
Yes.
A whole bunch of people jumped in. We've got competitive races across a whole bunch of stuff. We even have candidates in the 9th district that are now being indicted by the federal government for things. So let's just talk about that process. Before we talk about candidates or anything like that, what makes filing week so important is we've still got time to still file, right? You still have, until November or something?
Well, actually, locally, like the smaller, like for county board, state reps, state senators, you have to have all your petitions turned in by November 3rd.
Okay.
That's before the office closes. So like with Donald Puckett, we still got some more signatures to get for him. And then we got to put the packages together, and then Monday morning, he gets in his car and races down to Springfield and then turns them in. Can't do it up here with you're doing Springfield state rep or state senator. Here in like Kane County, if you're running for board or for a precinct committee person on both sides of the party for the PCs, y'all have to have a total of 10 or more signatures. 10 is the minimum. And you put that package together like I did today, and your loyalty of oath, your candidacy paperwork, and then your petitions. You put them all together, notarize them, and then you go to the clerk's office. They stamp them, date it, sign it, and you're on the ballot.
So what did you file to run for?
Bringing a precinct committee person for precinct 16 for the Elgin Township Republican Committee Council.
Oh, great.
And my mom is in actually precinct 15th. Even though she's way out west and I'm in towards town, our precincts are numbers are next to each other, but they're far apart.
Gotcha. And this is the first time she's filed for something, right?
Yes.
That's fantastic. Jumping right into it.
And Gia Winkler is actually turned hers in yesterday. So there's a lot of people going down there. There were people down there doing that, but it's a process that you have to do to get on the ballot. You know?
And this is the ballot for the party's primary, right? This isn't for you're not voting to take the seat right now. You're voting to be on the ballot come November in 26.
Yeah, well, actually, in the case for being a precinct committee person, your actual election, provided that you're not being primaried in on both parties. If you're a Democrat, there could be a Democratic Party primary and somebody challenging you in your precinct. Same thing with the Republican side, and then you have to hopefully get all those votes. You know,
Gotcha.
But that election is during the primaries, and it's a one-time thing. So I won't be on the November ballot. I'm just going to be in the March ballot, and that's it. It's one and done. And nobody challenges me. I win, but I want to get all the votes because I have to take those to the convention to pick our leader of Kane County. And all my votes go to the leader. So if I got 150 votes, I can spread them out to this person and this person, or else I give them all to one candidate that's running for that chair of the whole entire party.
Gotcha. Well, let's talk about those votes.
But there's something interesting, though.
Go ahead.
I was finding, I've learned something. Being an independent, and you want to be on the ballot, there's no independent on a primary. So if you're running an independent for Kane County or state, you have to wait until after the primaries are done to get your petitions and all that stuff. And there's a time and a date to do that because there's no, on the primaries, just R&D. There's no I. There's no I in team. But no, so what I'm understanding on this, which was new, something I learn every day into this. I'm not a know-it-all. But yeah, and then they can get on the ballot after the primaries, and then you'll have R, D, and I.
For the national election.
Well, for state or for county, yeah, school board, stuff. Well, not school boards because those are bipartisan. We'll just stay away from that. But like you said, in 2040, it will probably be DRIZY. Actually, you don't know what the letters are going to be because there'll be 5 different parties by that time.
So let's talk about the vote with the primary side of things, right? So you have to be registered for that party as well to participate in that vote, right?
Yeah.
So when's the cutoff for that? Do I just register the day before the primary vote and then I'm able to vote in it? Do I have to be a member for a certain amount of time before I'm allowed in? What is the process of joining the party and voting in the primary?
Well, basically is when you fill out your voter's registration card and you declare your party. It's either a D right? or an R, or you put nothing on there. That makes you an independent. You're either or. You could probably write down independent on there, but you're not really recognized in the primaries. There's no independent on that board. But once you do that, then you identified your party. But if you're going to switch your party, like let's say, hey, I think the other team's going to win, but I'm on the bad side. The other side look like they're doing good. You could switch your party, but I think you have to do that January before. The beginning of the year before any elections come on up there. So you just can't switch your party and then jump in, Hey, well, I didn't win the primaries, but now I'm going to be an independent and jump in. That I think you can do. But other than that, you just got to declare yourself when you go and register to become a registered voter. That's basically how you declare yourself.
That's fantastic. There's lots of different places that you can register to vote. You can do it over at the DMV when you renew your license. That's usually when I also check that box for donation.
Yeah.
Make sure you donate the things that you're not going to be using anymore.
Yeah, well, I'm an organ donor, so
absolutely.
Anybody wants my stuff, you can have it when I'm gone. It's yours.
I'm not using it anymore.
Your library. Right? Hey, we got candy. Hey, we got candy, buddy. Knock on the door. He went by. I know. We should have said, hey, you, get over here and knock on the door for candy. He goes running. You got your library. You can actually be, a registered voter for, you could come to a township meeting. You go to the township building, I believe. But we can actually, I'm not one of the guys that took it to class and make you a registered voter, but we do have people to do that. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And you will get put on the voter registration list as that as well. And that's pseudo kind of public. There's only a certain amount of people that have that list. But you do get put on a list as that registration for that party as well. So when we come back, we're going to talk about an event where we've got debates that are happening.
Those are coming.
What good are we going to have just knowing the names of the people that are going to be here? Let's hear them and hear about where we can go to hear them answer our questions. So stick around. More Apolitical Talk Show coming up. My name is Dennis Green. That is Mr. David Tees. And you will be right back after this.
Let me get some.
Government, economy, media, justice, they shape your choices, your opportunities, your future. But do they work for you or against you? On Apolitical Talk Show, we break them down, not to destroy, but to understand. Because if you don't see how the system works, you won't see when it's being manipulated or who's benefiting from it. Power belongs to those who know the rules, challenge the loopholes, and demand accountability. That starts with knowledge. That starts here. Join us weekdays from 4 to 6 p.m. as we uncover what's really happening behind the headlines so you can decide for yourself what's fair, what's broken, and what needs to change. Apolitical Talk Show, breaking down the systems to build them up together. Right here, weekdays 4 to 6 on WRMN, the talk of the town.
Fitting in shouldn't be hard, whether in life, on the court, or in the classroom. At Elgin Community College, you could find your place alongside those expanding their horizons, exploring rewarding careers, and achieving their dreams. A place for doers, thinkers, and believers. At ECC, we see you, we believe in you, and you'll fit right in. Learn more at elgin.edu/belong.
They were best friends, inseparable, in fact, until the day Miguel died. Every day his friend visited Miguel's grave. Rain, wind, weekends, holidays, every day. Miguel's closest friend, Capitan, his German Shepherd, is a symbol of loyalty to which we can all aspire. Loyalty. Pass it on from passiton.com.
We are AFGE, the American Federation of Government Employees. We represent 700,000 federal and D.C. government workers who are the vital threads of the fabric of American life. We support our nation's military. We take care of our nation's veterans. We protect our nation's borders. We respond to our nation's crises and natural disasters. We provide services to our nation's seniors. The American Federation of Government Employees. We work for America.
We are AFGE, the American Federation of Government Employees. We represent 700,000 federal and D.C. government workers who are the vital threads of the fabric of American life. We support our nation's military. We take care of our nation's veterans. We protect our nation's borders. We respond to our nation's crises and natural disasters. We provide services to our nation's seniors. The American Federation of Government Employees. We work for America.
To a political talk show here on WRMN. I'm Dennis Sonar Green. I am joined with Mr. David Tees. We're going through some of the wonkiness of the election and how to file and all of the different things. We're not talking necessarily about the one that's coming up a year from now. We're talking about the one that's coming up a lot sooner. That would be the primaries. This is when the candidates, I guess, clamor through the party so that everybody can get behind the candidate that's there. It's a different type of system. It's not something that's necessarily in our normal constitution. You might find some things for the law like this in maybe a state's constitution. You might find something to deal with parties and things like that. A lot of times what we do is we use this form of federalism where essentially anything that the federal government doesn't specifically have control over falls to the state. And the state will then control some other things, a lot of the things for primaries, like how many petitions do you need or how many signatures, how much is filing fees. And and if the state doesn't do that, it then falls down to the county level. And then the county decides what it's going to do from there. And then if the county doesn't say what it is, then it falls to the municipality. You know what I mean? It just keeps going down. If it's not specifically written in the level above it, that responsibility falls down all the way to the lowest denominator.
But they also all have to follow the rules to the Illinois Board of Elections. Okay, so there's no filing fees if you want to be a candidate. But one of the things you got to do, even townships and candidates and county governments, if you have money in your accounts, you have to do quarterly reports of all your statements, what you're spending, what you're giving in. They want to know what you have to do. You have to disclose all that stuff, and it's open to the public. So, like when I ran for county board, once I got my account set up, Citizens for David Tees, I have to go to the bank. We had to do like a business type of an account. And then when you hit your $5,000 mark, then you have to start reporting everything to the Board of Elections. And every quarter you have to do the D2s and where you started and where you ended at the end of the month. And if you get $1,000 donation right off the bat, then you have to do what's called an A1 And then and if you hit the 10,000 mark, then that's another form. So they want to know what's in your account because some candidates have $300,000 in their account.
Wow.
And you want to make sure you're not spending it on, mortgage or cars, stuff like that.
Not personal stuff.
Yeah, personal stuff. And but you can use it for your candidacy stuff. So they keep track of this stuff. And that's how some of these guys get busted for using campaign money for stuff they're not supposed to do.
Well, here, I'm going to give you a list, a couple things that people would maybe write down on this. You tell me if you can. I know you're not 100% versed on it, but maybe just a few common things. If maybe I did some dry cleaning. I sent my suits in for dry cleaning. Am I allowed to write that off?
Well, it's not actually a write-off, but you report it.
Yeah, using campaign funds for it. I can use campaign funds for that.
You could use it for
haircuts and clothes and just appearance things, right?
Stuff that you're going to be using if you go to Springfield or county board meetings. Yeah.
Okay. Same thing with materials, right? If I get signage or if I buy flyers, all of that can be put in there.
Exactly.
Gas,
if you're going to Springfield and back. Yeah. I mean, office, like Anna Muller has her office right up the street here.
The campaign funding can pay for that? Okay.
The paper, the printers, the computers. I mean, if I wanted to, which I didn't, I could have bought myself a laptop, but that'd be for my campaign only, not for personal use. But it has to, so there are rules.
I head up to the Wisconsin Dells for the weekend.
No.
No?
No.
Well, come on. I'm gonna shake hands, maybe kiss some babies. Oh, but it's the Wisconsin Dells. I know constituents.
You don't live there, yeah. But if there's a charitable golf outing, it doesn't have to be a political charitable golf outing. It could be actually for veterans. There's a golf outing to raise money for veterans. I can use my campaign money to do that because I'm donating to a charity.
Okay.
And it's disclosed. I go to a golf outing. Hey, here's my card, and go ahead and take my fees out of there, and I'm supporting a candidate.
So you got to kind of run it like a small business or an LLC or like maybe even a 1099 kind of thing. So it still has to kind of, but all the funds have to be within that stuff. Like with a regular business, I can, like if I want to throw a pizza party, I can just throw a pizza party at any time.
Well, yeah, and you can have your fundraisers. You can pay for that through your campaign money. Got it. Because you're building up more money for that stuff. But one of the things, the interesting thing what people don't know is, that money can't be used for personal use. But like Don DeWitt is not going to run again. Rumors has it he's got extremely lot of money in his war chest. That's what we call our campaign money, war chest. And he can't just keep that money. I'm not going to run again, and I'm out of here with my big bag of cash. No. He could spread it out to other candidates.
Okay.
Or he can just turn it over to the person, that the Republican or Democrat, both sides, okay? It goes this way. You could give it to all your money to that candidate to make sure he wins and keeps that seat for that party. But and then you could close your account out and you don't have to do D2s anymore. You're done with it.
So you can essentially donate everything.
You're turning the funds over, or else you're donating it to other candidates.
Okay.
So let's say you got an exaggerated number, $1 million in your war chest, and you're not going to run. Well, I'm going to turn it all over to this candidate. That way, as sure as we keep that seat, but I can spread it out to other candidates as a political donation.
Or turn it over to the party?
No. Well, yeah, I guess you could do that. You could turn it over to your party for your whole entire state.
And just
I'm not quite sure on that, but I almost, as long as it stays within a political mean.
Gotcha. Okay. Do you think that these types of regulations kind of keep some of the nefariousness out of it, or do you think maybe some people stretch the lines a little bit?
Oh, a lot of people stretch the lines out of that. Come on. How many people have we seen be charged with this stuff? And then they go, I didn't know you couldn't do that.
Oh,
I mean, the first time is, okay, you're going to get a fine. And if you don't do your D2s in time or things are off, you could get fined for that.
Okay.
So we got to be very careful with all that stuff. But yeah, you can get fined or you could be arrested. But yeah, there are some people that do this and don't think they're going to get caught, but you're going to get caught eventually, because this is the funny thing about it is anybody can look and see what I got in my war chest at any given time by going to that and looking me up with the Board of Elections and see what's in my war chest. It's public information, and you don't need a FOIA for it.
What's in there, not necessarily what you spent it on, but what's in there.
Yeah, what's in there, what you got, but if there's some discrepancies, then they could have you investigated. Like, this guy had this much money in there, and he's not running. Who's he giving the money to? What's he using the money on? That's when it starts drawing questions,
You didn't do anything. Like, you didn't make a new marketing campaign. You didn't run a fundraiser, and then all of a sudden $100,000 is out of your war chest.
Exactly.
Right. And you didn't do any marketing campaign. Nothing public came out. So, okay. So
and you're pulling up in a brand new pickup truck that's a $40,000 pickup truck. And they're looking at you like, why do you need a pickup truck? Well, I wrote this up. I got this through my campaign.
And so does that trigger an investigation at that point? And then that's red flags over here. Come look at it.
Yeah,
Okay.
there are triggers that, and when you got to remember, everybody's being watched on both sides.
Oh, yeah.
And you want the edge to take out your opponent, and that's what politics is about. It's about taking, stopping your opponent, taking your opponent out, and taking over, and that's the rules of the game. There's punches being swung all over the place,
Before we get into it, now that you've seen some of the candidates and you know that the filing date ends on Monday, is this a normal sized side, or do you think it's a more crowded field than usual?
Well, we're seeing right now, and I always say this, everybody waits till the last minute to pay your electric bill, to pay your water bill, the car payment, credit card. We are watching how many PCs in Elgin Township are turning in their petitions. We can see the new updates every day. And then they show us all the petitions. So we get to see all that, and they can be challenged. They'll have lawyers and stuff like that looking at them that say, like, what happened to Donald? Got taken out the ballot.
True.
So it's all access information.
You got one more weekend left to go out there and get your signatures. That's it. Monday morning, you got to drop those things off. Jump in. Anybody who can, jump into it. I know the independents are licking their chops too, waiting to get their stuff.
And we'll talk about this governor forum coming up here, so you get to meet your governors. And then we'll talk about the other side.
Sounds right.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Rain X. A 37-year-old woman, Gail Gavednik, faces felony charges in Lake County after allegedly going on a drunken rampage in Wakanda and breaking into a man's home where she reportedly cooked 3 tacos with his food. Police say she was found intoxicated lying on a roadway after several incidents that evening, including harassing residents and attempting to climb on a car. The homeowner returned from work to find his home ransacked with food, trash, and clothing scattered throughout. Gavednik, who was already on pretrial release for previous felony charges in Will County, has been ordered detained as court proceedings continue. Aurora University has launched a Bachelor of Science in Communication Sciences and Disorders to meet the growing demand for professionals in speech, language, and hearing care. The program prepares students for careers as speech-language pathologists or audiologists, offering hands-on training, clinical experience, and specialized tracks in neurodiversity or educational settings. Job prospects in these fields are strong, with expected growth rates of 15% for speech-language pathologists and 9% for audiologists through 2034, driven by an aging population and increased awareness of communication disorders. Students will gain practical skills through classroom exercises and real-world clinical placements, equipping them for advanced studies and professional practice. 19-year-old Darrell Lee Jr. appeared in Kendall County Court for the first time after being accused of fatally stabbing a delivery driver and wounding a maintenance worker at a Chick-fil-A in Oswego. During the hearing, Lee had an outburst claiming the court was killing him and was briefly removed from the room. The maintenance worker, with help from his mother, had subdued Lee despite his injuries. Lee faces multiple charges, including first-degree murder, attempted murder, armed robbery, and aggravated battery. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Let's go!
Progressive's Auto Quote Explorer lets you easily compare direct rates from different insurance companies, so you can be confident you're getting the right one, even if it's not with Progressive. Way more confident than you were when you tried online gaming. Who knew 12-year-old boys could be so mean? And where did they learn to swear like that? 2 hours of losing to these underage trash talkers, and you're starting to question if maybe you really should stick to pickleball and other boomer stuff. So use Progressive's Auto Quote Explorer and be confident you're getting insurance that's right for you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
When disaster strikes, flood or fire, every second counts. At Emergency Construction Group, they specialize in immediate response and same-day service for any residential, commercial, or industrial emergency across the Chicagoland area. With over 30 years of experience, they've got the expertise, manpower, and equipment to handle any size loss fast. They follow strict IICRC guidelines to restore your property the right way, the first time. Their team values transparency, constant communication, and strong ethical standards because your peace of mind matters. Licensed, bonded, and insured, they're here for you 24/7, 365 days a year. Call 855-4ECG now. That's 855-432-4669. Or visit their website at emergencyconstructiongroup.com and let Emergency Construction Group put your life back together one step at a time. That's Emergency Construction Group. Your satisfaction is their passion.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. Tonight, a slight chance of rain showers with partly cloudy skies and a low around 34. Temperatures rising to around 36 overnight. Tomorrow, a chance of rain showers with partly sunny skies and a high near 48. Currently, it is 50 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
How do you stay humble when you're America's #1 wiper blade? That's what we're currently dealing with at Rain-X. Is it even possible to humble brag when you bully Mother Nature like we do? Do we sound too conceited if we keep repeating how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America? No, we'll take a lesson from our wipers and just keep doing our job with humility. As America's #1 wiper blade. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
To a political talk show here on WRMN. We're talking candidates. We're talking the end of the week for filing. That's for the primary stuff. You independents, don't worry about it. You've got some time still left to get some of those signatures out there. But you said it's not too many on some of these. You said all you needed was 10 signatures?
To be a precinct committee person for both parties, you just need 10 or more signatures. That's it.
That's it.
To be on like a Kane County board, for me, I had to get a total of 46 signatures minimum, and more than that is better because you will be challenged. They will have people go through it and look for discrepancies and then try to get you off the ballot.
Call those 10 people?
Yeah. And but then again, if you do, that does happen like Donald, we had him slated in, but we had to go out and get another 700 petition, but it's 500 for him, but you want to have that 700 mark because if they're going to be challenged, you don't give them a low number.
Well, and like you were telling me on the break as well, if I sign a petition for a candidate for a specific spot, I can't then sign that for the other party.
Right, exactly.
Same one.
Right.
So,
same precinct, same district. Yeah.
So you were saying with Mosser versus Puckett as well. So if I signed a petition for Mosser, I can't then turn around and say, well, here you go.
You can't sign Donald Puckett's petition and vice versa.
That would blow my signature completely out.
Yes, sir.
So that's what you're talking about having a few more. Because I'm one of those people that, look, you hand me the thing to sign the thing. Okay, cool. I want everybody to jump in.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a lot of times I will, when we get closer to the election times and things like that, I'll kind of keep track of who I signed petitions for, just because they come out in force for everything.
Right.
And I don't want to be negated. But you said it was only 10, so how many did you get? Did you get like 20, 30?
I went out and it actually tells me by clicking in there, all my paperwork is disclosed. I went out and got 14, 15, I can't remember. I think it was 15, so it actually discloses all my paperwork, everything coming in there. I think if you click on my name right there, it should show up all my paperwork.
I think they're still scanning you in.
Yeah, they're probably still scanning me in.
in.
I am and Mom are on the ballot, so they are fast.
You can go to kanecountyil.gov, and you said the clerk is running again.
Yes, Jack Cunningham is running again. John Cunningham, but Jack, we call him Jack. He is running for Kane County Clerk again, and he's been in there for quite a while, but he does an amazing job there. I'll tell you that.
He got you up so fast.
Yeah, those people don't mess around. They're good people. As soon as I come in there with my paperwork, they're looking it over, making sure all the paperwork is signed, notarized, and then she's typing my name in the computer that I turned it in. So, but then the rest of the stuff, it'll take a little while to scan them into the computer because there's a lot of people coming in. They wait until the last minute.
Oh, absolutely. So let's run down a couple of the candidates here just so that we can refresh our stuff from over here. So obviously for Kane County Clerk, and this is from the Republican candidate side, you can go to kanecountyil.gov and you can see the list from there. We've got Clerk Cunningham as well, sitting up there at the top. We've also got for sheriff, we've got Rob Russell, and then we've got Lou Santoyo. As well. We've only got one person sitting on treasurer right now, and that's Chris Lawson.
He's being challenged on the other side.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But as far as primary goes, there's not too many... too many contests on the primary side of it.
Right.
It looks like a couple precinct committee people, things like that, but it doesn't look like it's too challenged. Is there anything that on this side that we should be looking at?
Well, if you look into like District 33 for state Senate, which is down to its spot, you'll see 4 candidates running. Gotcha. I think it's a ridiculous too much. Like with Chris Lawson running for treasurer. He basically is doing an amazing job. So why would somebody want to challenge him in our own party unless they feel like they could do a better job?
Yeah.
And that's usually how it goes. But it is an interesting thing, and it goes with both sides of the party. During the primary, Elgin Township, our chair, and as a township, and same thing with the Kane County GOP, Democrat side, all this. We cannot, if somebody is being primaried, we cannot endorse them. So we can't say we like this guy better than this guy or this lady better than this lady. So we're going to endorse this person during the primaries. You're not allowed to do that. That's a violation.
At the local level for it, because we see it all the time.
Yeah, you see it on the national. But you can't, that party, like the Kane GOP or the Democrat side, same thing in all the townships. Those chairs cannot say we are, as a township or a county, we cannot endorse that particular candidate because they're in a primary, and it's all fair. Everybody's got to take a shot at that. So you got to give everybody a chance because you're kind of like disadvantaging one person.
Well, let's look at the Democratic side real quick for it too. Brian Pollock is not being challenged for county clerk on the Democratic side. He'll be up against Mr. Cunningham as well. Coming election.
I thought there was other people doing it, but that's interesting. Yeah, wow.
Yeah. Unless
I guess we were told bad advice, or maybe they decided, hey, we're not going to challenge.
They could be waiting for Monday.
They could be
for Monday.
Yeah, you're right.
Sheriff is a little bit more crowded than it is on the right hand side of the world. We've got Andrew Schwab, we've got Salvador Rodriguez, and we got Amy Johnson. So now Amy Johnson right now is currently the lieutenant
undersheriff. Yeah, she's undersheriff. Yeah, I mentioned you talked about that name on the show.
So there are a few other people that are attached to this, and honestly, that's what I would like to see. You like to see people who have been involved with the current administration and worked with the current administration, and even then with Andrew Schwab being in there too. Rob Russell in that same kind of side too. I think the experience comes in. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to all be from this administration. There are going to be outside voices and experience for it too. That's where maybe Rodriguez comes in, or possibly Santoyo, where they work with administrations like this too and jump in. So the other thing that we see too is for treasurer, Penny Wegman, Connie Kane, and Scott Johansson as well jumping in for that.
Right.
When you start to look at the rest of it, you start to see that maybe the Democrats are a bit more crowded than the Republicans are in the Kane County side.
Yeah.
Is that because that this is maybe a purple county and it's starting to change a little bit more? Are the Republicans a bit more galvanized? Do they just have less candidates? What is it with the difference?
It's a Fetterman theory going on. Okay. So if you go to like Kane County board spots and all that stuff, if you see two Democrats for a district in Kane County board, well, that's because the incumbent, they don't like how they voted. Like with the last gas tax and grocery tax that they did, 3 Democrats voted no. Okay. So 3 Democrats voted no. So you think that party's going to want them in the next election since now they're trying to be fair? Yeah. They're like me. Why would you want to raise your own taxes? Okay.
I can see that.
So if they're being primaried, it could be the party is saying, we don't like how you vote and we're going to throw somebody up against you.
Got it.
And it goes both sides. It really does go both sides. And that's what we're seeing on a national level with now they're all mad at Fetterman and they want to challenge him. You got Chuck Schumer being scared to death because he doesn't want to be primaried and loses his election with Hakeem Jeffries. So they're actually
the same thing with Massey.
Yeah, and they're all walking on glass on both sides of the party. If they don't like how you vote, they will take you out. And that's the sad thing about it is when you're trying to work for the people and then you're being crucified for it. And that's just wrong. There should be penalties for that, I think, personally. If you get up and say, Fetterman voted to open up the government, well, then we're taking you out. Well, then it's almost like you're going to assassinate not kill them literally, but you're politically assassinating them, Because there should be boundaries with that.
Well, of course. I mean, you look at what happened with Cheney or any of the other people, too, with that. And when the party turns on you, the party turns.
Yeah, right.
And what's supposed to happen is we're supposed to keep the party in check.
Right.
The voters are supposed to keep the party in check. My problem is when the party shoehorns the voters. I haven't liked it since we've never seen a Democratic primary. And I didn't like it when all of a sudden it was a giant wave for Trump to jump in for this one too. The same kind of thing that you say. He announced his candidacy and then they didn't run a primary. So everybody who yells at, oh, well, they just chose Harris and put him in front of the thing, the Republicans did the same thing.
Right.
My issue is that this right here, filling out the petitions, doing the legwork, making sure that you're qualified, making sure that you're finding enough people to talk to to get those signatures, to get that side. That's why it's put into the system to do this, so that you actually represent those people and so that you can meet the people who you will be voting for and give them a chance to choose you.
Exactly.
That's what this primarying is all about. And when the party turns around and says, nope, it will be these 3 people for these 3 positions, and that's final, how is that the democracy or even the club that you intend to represent?
Right.
You didn't let the club vote for the candidate that's out there.
Right, exactly.
And that's why I can't choose a party. Because I don't want to interfere in that. I just want the parties to pick good people. That's it.
Yeah, and it's like those 3 Kane County board members, okay? So we just talked about, okay, they're mad. You're siding too much with the other side. And I'm going to express this, and I don't stop expressing this. It goes on both sides, okay? But, if I was a Democrat or a Republican voter and they sided with not raising taxes or doing the right thing with either side of the parties, and then they're being crucified. If I was a voter, if I was a voter on that party, I would be like, you know what? I think I'm going to keep that person in because the next person might vote to raise our taxes, and that's what they want. They want that person to raise your taxes. Why would I want to vote for that person? And people are starting to get a lot smarter by knowing this and understanding this as time goes on, because I think over the last 8 years of elections, people are getting more wiser and they're doing their homework lately. And we're starting to see that. We're seeing an increase of voter registrations throughout the United States on both sides. So people are getting involved and they're doing their homework. But like I said, for example, I'll just pick it out there. If I was a Democrat and I got to choose between in a primary one of these two, and I did a little homework, and the one that voted no on that tax and the other one hasn't never been on the board, are they just going to be a yes man? And I don't want a yes man. I want a person that represents me and my pocketbook and my children and my wallet and my house. You know,
is this the benefit of us kind of having a disillusion for the parties? Because what's happening is everybody has given. Let's just talk about even the last decade or so. Everybody has been voting party lines because they just keep telling you to.
Right.
Just keep voting. Right is always right. Blue, no matter who. You know what I mean? They're always they're essentially forcing you to vote for this person regardless of what goes on.
Right.
And so, do you think that we're starting to see, because the party has taken advantage of people, all the parties, right? The party, right, has taken advantage of people. Do you think that this is now the silver lining of us constituents going, well, now let's just look at the candidate?
Yeah.
Instead of looking at the party and the party telling me blue no matter who, or the party telling me right is always right, or whatever you want to, whatever phrasing or whatever you want to use, the party keeps telling me that as long as the party approves of them, they're good.
Right.
Hold on a second. The party's been approving some people that I'm not so sure I want representing me. And so do you think that is the silver lining in this chaotic environment that we're in right now?
Yeah, and you know what would be impressing me the most with voters out there? If you got a long time to make your decision. It's March for the primaries, okay? And then you got November. Once you get those into there, you can grab your phone. You can go online. You can you do your homework. You can look up all of these candidates that are in office now and see if they voted on this topic. You can see how they voted on this topic. That's the best way you can know who the candidate's for you, because if they voted no for a tax increase, that's the guy I want to keep in office. Okay?
See their voting
if they voted
record,
yes
right?
for a tax increase, that's not the person I want in office.
And like you said, their voting record is public.
Yes, it is.
Their war chest,
how they voted, what they have for money.
well.
If they voted, did they show up and vote? You know,
Their attendance record,
right.
absolutely.
Yeah. So if people get, and people I think are starting to do that more. It's not too hard to find this stuff. I mean, you know, you could actually just Google a candidate and you'll get all of that stuff instead of going through all the websites. Hey, I want to know everything about Rob Russell and how he voted while he was on the Kane County Board or on the Illinois House floor. I wanted to know, has he been showing up to vote? What did he vote on? Because they tell you what the resolutions are, what you're voting on. And if it's a stop squirrels from running up trees, and Rob doesn't like them running up trees, well, he voted to stop them.
Got it.
You know, so you get to know everything and all that stuff. And I think, like we talked about this before, do your homework. And I think by this message and going out there, I think people are starting to do that a lot more.
You do it for your fantasy football team.
Yes.
Why wouldn't you do it for here? Like, you know what I mean? You gotta
Good example.
You got to think about all of the research that you do. And I get it. I get it. There's a neat little app that'll keep track of everything. Maybe the Yahoo app or the NFL app to keep track of all the numbers for you. Sure. But we're not asking you to keep track of your candidates every week.
No.
We're asking you to keep track of your candidates when it takes time for you to choose them and hold them accountable.
2 weeks before early voting starts or your mail-in ballots, take a little time. It takes you an hour, and you get to see all these candidates. You know who's all running.
Draft
to decide who you're going to decide who you're going to draft that day. You know, that's the way. It's a good example, great metaphor you got going on here. But if I was a young family and you're starting out and things are already tough for families. You can't afford a house. House prices are too high. Wages are too low. Taxes are too high. baby formula and diapers are through the roof. I mean, you got to really start thinking about making sure your taxes don't keep going up, because if they keep going up, we're going to have big, huge problems. And this is all due to crazy, stupid spending and stuff that we don't need here.
We pay just as much in military defense in our taxes. A regular everyday person, right, pays just as much in our everyday taxes through the year for our debt as much as we pay for our national defense.
Yeah.
That is how much we pay in debt. Now, I don't need to start pointing backwards and looking at people who voted for things that I wasn't here for. That the credit card bill's coming up. I wasn't here for the sports car and the midlife crisis of the 90s. I wasn't here for it. Sorry. I don't get, hopefully I'll get to inherit it.
Yeah, I know.
But I've definitely got the debt continuously paid off. But that's what we need to look at, is we need to look at how do we rope this in? How do we decide where we're going, and what is, most politics is, where do you put the resources? That's a lot of it.
Yeah,
now,
exactly.
we can talk about, okay, well, it's a minutia of budgets and this and that. It's like, at the end of the day, you are voting on where the garbage trucks go. You are voting on where the resources for water move through. You are voting on how do we clean up the streets, or how do we maintain the resources we already have. Politics is management of resources. And if you would like a say on how these resources are gathered,
right,
or distributed, this is the time to do it. Jump into the primary. This is when we all turn around and say, I vote for this person to represent me. I can't be at every meeting.
No.
I can't be at every single thing. I need to pick. Here's the other side, the analogy that I got, right? You got fantasy football, you got candidates, you got whatever. Look at it as a bus stop. A candidate is a bus route.
Yep.
It's not a taxi. You can't take a candidate from where you are now to where you personally want to be at an address. But a candidate can get you in the neighborhood.
Right.
A candidate can be a bus route from where you are now to about where you want to be, right? And maybe in that area, right? Let's get into the neighborhood for it, because once I'm in the neighborhood, maybe I walk a couple blocks to get to the political world that I want to be. Maybe I put in a couple steps into my own travels. So that's what I encourage everybody to do, is not only look at your candidates and see their stats and play it from there, but look at the route.
You're right.
Look at the bus routes that are happening and the people in the direction that they're going.
Right.
And here's the other side of it too. There are a lot of people that have jumped into the parties, whether Democrat or Republican, that need a place. They may not fully adhere to the party. They may not 100% toe the line. There are a bunch of candidates that are also using this to make sure that they have a shot to change something too.
And you know what gets me the most is the most absurd vote coming up here in the Illinois State Senate is the assisted suicide bill.
Oh, goodness.
Have you read it? Do you even know about it? You might want to look this up. They're going to pass a bill that it's okay to help people commit suicide. Isn't that kind of illegal? I mean, what's going to be the ramification with that? How are you going to have the legalities? Because, right now, sorry, John, you're being charged with murder for suffocating your wife with a pillow. Well, she wanted to commit suicide, and she had the pillow over her face. I'm going to assist her. But then again, if you look at the rules, they'll probably say, well, okay, it's only going to be like a hospital or a doctor. Well, now the doctors did they take an oath? They're supposed to save people's lives and not end it for them.
Do no harm.
Dr. Kevorkian, remember what happened there? But you're going to pass a probably, I think, one of the most absurd bills in the state of Illinois.
Yeah.
Assisting suicides.
And
It's
they
like
have
you're going to
that
take
over-
somebody up to a bridge and then say, okay, you're ready. Bye.
Yeah. Well, they drove them to the bridge. They didn't make them jump.
Yeah, they didn't make them jump. But this is the most absurd bill I've ever seen in history.
We've seen it in Canada. We've seen it through there. I believe it's also in Oregon. It's been in Oregon for a while. In fact, even through the Dr. Kevorkian side, I think was over on the West Coast for it too.
Right.
So yeah, I'll definitely look into that side of it because
blow your mind.
But the thing is I'm on the edge for things like that because I believe that it's your life. You can do whatever you want to with it.
Exactly.
So now assisting me to do everything that I want to in it, that's the other side.
The state reps passed it. Now it goes to the Senate.
Well,
and why? And it doesn't make this has nothing to do with it, that if people want to commit suicide, you get them help.
Yeah.
You don't give them encouragement.
Well, so what we do, if for at least at least for me for the pledge, there is almost 30 veterans that commit suicide every day.
Exactly.
And so we take a pledge that say, I will not take away your right to do whatever act you need to for your life. All I ask is you talk to someone first.
Exactly.
That's what we really want. Talk as much as we can get, especially here on Apolitical Talk Show. Thanks for sticking around,
Hey,
buddy.
no problem. Take care. Have a good Halloween.
Halloween.
Most people out here think that taking care of one another is important. And most people would step up for a neighbor going through a tough time.